If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Steers on the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof of my life, better more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star? Like in the city, the driver's side fly. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Hard to say. Hard to say, Tommy. I'm not sure what today is going to bring on the show. Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hello, Leroy.
What's happening?
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. Frog Boy, how are you?
Excellent, sir. Now that I see both of you in studio, makes me warm on the
Well,
inside.
Can I just say, when I was having problems with my headphones, I was looking over at Marcos.
Yeah.
And he had a big pun shirt. And I'm like, I started
This is
singing
not gonna
Big
end well for
Bun.
me.
I don't know why. It just...
That's not like me. I was singing the Demesman and Dover jingle
Yes.
the entire show.
No,
before.
like lead up.
It's catchy.
The man's been in Dover.
Oh, it's just like, can't get
Pretty
out of my
good.
head.
Pretty good.
Listen, I'd hire him. If I need some law help, I'm hiring him.
I also like when they do the thing like, we don't need a catchy jingle. And they're like, oh, damn it. They didn't even know it's a catchy
Damn,
jingle.
it's good.
Calling their shot.
That's good. Get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. Palmetto Ford. Is that an orange?
Oh, I thought that was an onion, dude.
We know
It's a
Trust.
giant orange,
That is
too.
a huge orange.
You know what
Is
this
that
is?
from the store or you grow that in
The
your
store.
backyard?
No, for the store. Here's the problem.
Yeah, it looks like he grew it.
This orange
It's massive.
looks massive, right?
Yeah.
No, it's massive.
But it's just got big skin.
Oh,
You
Oh,
thick
yeah.
skin,
Really?
right?
Yeah.
Because I've opened up one of his brothers, right?
Okay.
This, it's like avocado.
Throw
Like,
that up to the audience. Look at that thing.
Oh, it's a
It
softball.
looks like Jenny Finch throws that thing.
It's crazy.
Monster, dude.
You've heard of cuties? That's a grown man.
yeah, well, listen. What's the point of those little bitty oranges if you got to hose through 5 of them?
True.
Like,
So delicious.
no, they're not.
What?
They're okay. First of all, when did a tangerine start being called a cutie? It's a tangerine.
Rebranding,
Clementine.
baby.
Isn't that what they call them? A clementine?
Same difference.
Ooh.
Clementines might be a
Okay.
little smaller, but clementine,
Well,
tangerine,
comes in that
cutie,
wood box.
they're all in the same. They're all in the same
No,
family.
it's a little different though. If it comes in that wood box.
Oh, it tastes
No.
better too.
Yeah, juicy.
No,
Look at
here.
that. Lemon
Can I
juice.
just say this? Can I just say this? Okay. I of grabbing a bag of fruit.
What's a mandarin?
All in the same mandarin, tangerine, all the little bitty
I need them to
oranges.
figure it out then.
So I'm not a fan. I like to go to the store, squeeze my fruits, squeeze the oranges, right?
Yeah.
Look at the apples, right?
There's that big juice.
Knock on the watermelons to tell if they're. I don't just like rando.
Knock on the watermelons, huh?
Yeah, you knock on it to see,
Hmm.
I don't like just the bag of oranges because they throw the unsavory characters in there, and you end up with 1 or 2 duds.
Let me see it one more time, Leroy.
What?
Show me that orange.
Looks like you got a. I don't like the way you said. Looks like you have either a cara cara or a heirloom navel.
It's a navel orange.
Oh,
And you know what?
Mm.
They don't make regular oranges anymore.
What do you mean they don't make regular oranges anymore?
It's either navel oranges or cuties or tangerines or
Are we
mandarins.
sure those just aren't always been the oranges? They're just getting a little more specific now.
No.
You think there's just a standard run of the mill
An orange without the navel.
I don't think I like a regular sized orange.
But
It has to be mini size for me.
That's fair.
You like the little ones?
Yeah,
And how many do you hose down at one city?
probably a couple.
Right.
I go as far as 2, not because I can't.
I don't like
eat
the
more.
seeds either.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
don't like
going through
seedless.
it.
No, seedless. Seedless is
Seedless.
I don't know how this has been one of the greatest inventions in food, because when we were kids, watermelons came with seeds.
Yep.
You had to work your way through it.
Amazing.
Now all of a sudden, seedless
Just some farmer.
is not.
sad.
Now question:
Hmm?
if you get seedless fruit, is that fruit going to become extinct?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
I
How are
think
you
it's-
gonna grow
it's
new
the
fruit?
opposite. I mean, we don't
think
need a
you-
seed.
I think-
How are you going to grow new fruit?
I don't know.
If all
The
oranges,
bees.
if all
The
oranges,
bees.
if all oranges came without seeds,
Mhm.
how are you going to grow new oranges?
I think there's like some seeds, but they're very thin seeds.
Mm.
Think so?
Oh, so you think those seeds will grow trees?
No, I think that they'll. First of all, I don't think watermelon grows on trees. I think it
No,
grows on
oranges.
vines. Oh, oranges. I don't know. I don't really care. They'll figure it out. Farmers will figure it out.
I
It
want a
doesn't-
The
golden
farmers are always ahead
nugget.
of things.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they're totally ahead of things for sure.
Well, because
They invented daylight
all
savings.
my introduction to farmers is you, and you ain't up on nothing.
Well, I was a horse farmer.
Yeah, I was say you're an animal.
That's not a farmer.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
Where did you farm? Horses
Did you have jeans?
Of course.
Farmer.
and boots.
Yep.
Hat.
Although one time I did get stepped on by a horse by not wearing my boots, and woo,
Gotta get the steel toes.
that was painful.
Yep.
Headlines. Anyway, the Panthers, they're going to try and bust out the top hats and monocles tonight. Game 5 against the Boston Bruins. The puck drops at 7 o'clock. You can listen to that game right here, 5-6 WQM. We'll talk to our guy David Dwork later on this hour and get a little looky-loo at this one. The Panthers might have had their opponent last night, but the Rangers got lit up in the third period, and the
Yes,
Carolina
they did.
Hurricanes extend their
Woo!
series to a Game 6 going back to Raleigh. So
yeah, buddy.
not dead yet, dude. Not dead yet. A team that is dead, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They
Oh yeah.
they are now down 3-1 to the Celtics. Donovan Mitchell didn't play yesterday. I
Right.
mean, you want to talk about a team with a horseshoe up there, you know what? Talk about the Boston Celtics, dude. And they, by the way, it really, I mean, they had a fight to the end with that.
What's amazing is that, and I say this, and this was very indicative of last night's game. All pros in any sport have the ability to play excellent in their sport for stretches, right? But what separates the all-stars, the Hall of Famers, or whatever, is they can sustain that excellence longer. And it just seemed like the closer you got to the end of the game, the more Cleveland started fading because they didn't have that dude, right? They tried to, patch together, and for some reason, they were keeping it close.
Yep.
But in the end,
Stranger LeBron was there courtside watching
he?
the game. Yeah, there he is. Well,
I mean,
there was Savannah.
he does have a place in Cleveland.
He
Why would
well,
they
he has
do
a
that?
giant mansion in Akron that I can't imagine anybody else in the history of Akron's going to buy.
Right.
So I don't think that's really moving off the market. But yeah, he was courtside at the game yesterday, and everybody's wondering what's up with that.
He lives there.
Why would they do
Yeah,
that?
but
Oh my goodness.
No,
what's
really
up,
though.
What's up with that?
Does every decision that everybody makes,
That's what the
some kind of
people are asking.
some
Leroy.
type of conspiracy?
This
He's
was
strategic.
this was Windhorst today.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Windhorst on ESPN radio said, I will say this. The first thing I thought of was this moment 10 years ago where LeBron showed up to Cleveland while he was a player for the Miami Heat to honor Zydrunas Ilgauskas, his longtime teammate. He got a private plane, flew from Chicago over to Cleveland. Pat Riley was not happy, and a few months later, he signed with the Cavs. He's extremely strategic. I wish I could tell you I knew exactly what he was doing. I don't pretend to know, but he's got to be up to something.
Why would they do that?
Interesting.
Why that game?
Why that game?
Like, it's a horrible game.
Does he want to make a comeback to Cleveland?
Hmm?
Is he throwing a message at the Lakers? Or is there just nothing to do in Cleveland?
For Christmas, can I buy you a pair of slides
Why?
so you can wear some socks?
Why?
Because you look like Fred Flintstone.
Wow. Oh, just because I got my phone.
No, your feet look like Fred
I
Flintstone.
don't know what to tell you, man.
Like it looks like you could literally just stick your feet out of the bottom of your car and stop it.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, this is the shoes that I like to wear. I don't want to wear socks right now.
My brother texted me again, Leroy, asking for the shoes. It's been over. He said it's been a year since the baby shower, and you haven't delivered a pair of shoes.
That's the way it works. When they send me shoes or whatever, I got a pair of LeBrons.
Do you think that LeBron is just doing this for attention for Bronny?
Yes, I think.
Or do you think that he's trying to make the Lakers nervous?
He's trying to make Cleveland draft Bronny.
I think that you guys are looking at it this way too much.
You think he just wanted to enjoy a game?
Look, it's a heading. LeBron James attends Celtics Cavs game 4.
Of course it's a heading.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I need to like be a little more whatever that is you are.
Has any other player done that?
About everything.
I'm not suspicious about everything, but that's the thing.
My goodness.
Has any
With
other player done
LeBron,
that?
everything you say means
Let me ask
something.
you this. If the Heat were still in the playoffs
Mhm.
and this was a Heat Cavs game and he showed up, you don't think people would think that's a thing?
I would think it was a thing because he doesn't have a place here. But that's why I would think it's a thing.
But how far is Akron from Cleveland? Isn't it like an hour or so?
No, it's
How
like
far
the
is it?
difference. It's closer than your house.
So it's like a drive to West Palm. See, that's not an easy drive. Like I gotta make plans and make a statement if I'm making that kind of a drive that night.
Dude. LeBron get on them roads. He'd be all right.
I don't know. I will say this. Kind of into drafting Bronny.
He was trying to
I
convince me, dude.
want the giant.
I didn't like the fact that he was he thinks that I'm a clown because I'm
Yes,
falling for the
I do.
combine. And I don't think that I am.
I do. Because guess what? When you're 7'4", right? How fast are you supposed to run?
Bro, come on.
It's crazy. You demand more mobility out of a 7'4" center than you do your quarterback.
Why?
Because it's more used at the quarterback position than it is at the center.
Wait.
What center?
Okay, wait a minute. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How athletic was Peyton Manning?
Smartest quarterback ever.
But don't make excuses.
Can I just ask
how athletic was Tom Brady?
Yeah. Tom Brady?
Did you see him run the 40 at the combine?
I don't mean to be rude to Zach Edey, but if he's averaging 22 and 15, right?
Yep.
And he's 7'4", and he's been in college for 4 years, and he's never hit a 3-point shot in college. And you got impressed by 15 seconds of him hitting threes. The slowest stroke I've ever seen, by the way.
Can't block that. Unblockable.
I'm just wondering what the hell's wrong with you? Like,
Oh,
why is that what you want?
I'm just look at the ability that he has that he hasn't even put on the market yet. That's what
Okay,
I
but
saw.
if he had the ability and the numbers and the size that he has in a down draft, and everybody's telling you maybe he's a top half pick, what does that tell you?
Now
He was the
that
number one
that is
college player 2
wait.
years in a row.
Here's the thing.
Like, what does that tell you?
Here's the thing. I will get. But I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
Okay. A
Defend me.
2-time player of the year, a guy who's 7'4", that averages 22 and 15, and he can barely sniff lottery status.
Can't even pick the top, like not even the top 10.
Right.
What does that tell you?
It tells you two things.
A lot of wrong scouts.
No. It tells you two things. It tells you where the league is now, where everybody is looking for length, and everybody's willing to draft a 6'10" athletic guy who can handle the ball and shoot, regardless of how young or where he's from, versus a big. Because if you look at recent history, was the last big that went high?
Wembanyama.
No, he's not considered a big.
He's
What?
not.
He's the
No.
biggest. He's literally.
He plays
the
on the
biggest.
perimeter, though. This is what I'm talking about.
Not in the
He had
paint.
like
He,
three.
not
No, he
defensively.
played.
He doesn't.
He played. You understand what I'm saying, though? The type of player, the type of big he's considered. He shoots the three. He handles the ball. Yes, he's a defender in the paint, but it's the other stuff, right? The ability to stretch the
Probably
floor.
the last guy that went that high was that I can think of off the top of my head is James Wiseman.
Yes.
Trash.
Trash.
Trash. Yeah.
He was.
And he was
trash.
supposed to be athletic,
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
Where is he now? You know he's not in
I think
Golden
he's in
State.
Detroit. I want to say he's in Detroit.
Yeah.
because they had like a ridiculous amount of number 2 picks on their team.
Yeah.
Right.
What's okay? So you're talking about why is he just being slated at 15? I'm looking at the picks from last year. All these players suck. Brandon Miller sucks.
Brandon
Scoot-
Miller didn't suck. Brandon Miller
Scoot
was
Henderson?
like Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month for like the last half of the season.
Nah, rookie wall. Scoot Henderson.
What? Wait, you can't have the You can't have the rook.
What?
Take it easy.
I'm trying to say Wookie. Wookie wall. You can't hit the rookie wall in your second half, dummy.
Oh, I saw someone do it.
No,
All right,
you
fine.
no,
Brandon
you can't.
Miller,
You
fine.
can't be better
Yeah.
in the second half if you hit a rookie wall.
Fine, Brandon Miller of the Hornets. It's just a horrible organization. Does anything really good happen there? That's why I just whatever.
No, that's a fair question. If you just want to say Charlotte, that's fine.
Fine. Okay.
That's
You know what? Brandon Miller, maybe you're good.
But I just think that they kind of did the thing last year where they drafted the guy who was ready-made. Look, we did this with Jaime, where like right out of college, he was in some big games. But Jaime's got skills. He's a baller. This dude looks like an oaf.
You want a prospect? Is that what you're
I
saying?
do want a prospect. I think it's a prospect year. And why not get a
Oh.
generational talent from the loins of maybe the greatest basketball player of all time?
Well, what are you going to tell LeBron when he's like, well, I want to come back and play with my son?
This is what I would tell LeBron.
Yeah.
I say, it's time for him to carve his own path.
Oh,
And you're not coming.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Like, you know what?
You're
So
gonna
wait.
tell
Wait. You see how he did the backdoor petty, right? Because here's how the real Tobin's thinking. Let's draft Bronny and not take LeBron back.
Yeah.
So he can't play with Bronny.
Well, I think
No. That's
Oh,
wait.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? Backdoor petty.
it would be.
And
I mean,
you said
from
you
hold on.
know what? I
if Bronny's
like
really
Bronny.
if Bronny's really not gonna go to college,
They said Bronny's not gonna get drafted.
who says that?
Everybody.
Come on.
Before the combine, I did hear that. Now I hear him second round.
Lit up the combine.
Okay.
Lit up the combine. Shoot, movement, footwork.
How big is he?
6'1.5".
You know what? That's the same thing happened with Jordan's kids.
He
Small.
he was listed at 6'4" at USC. They listed him at 6, but this was without shoes. So with shoes, 6'3", right?
No,
Fine.
you know how we have to get measured?
Hmm?
Like toes up, heels on the ground, barefoot, and they do all the tests to make sure.
They do that thing.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Oh,
Hate that thing.
Oh yeah.
Hate that thing.
They say, how tall are you? 6 foot. 5'11" 3/4.
That guy's a jerk.
Now, a lot of times they just ask. Like, you look on my card, it says 6 foot,
yeah.
right? At the combine. Oh, we had some munchkins. Some guys that say I'm 5'11".
But Marcos,
Yes,
wingspan, dude. It's like a 6'8" wingspan.
he does. And an
Bronny.
extreme vertical as well.
Hey,
The fourth highest.
Defensive menace.
He does seem like a Miami Heat player.
Seems like a Miami Heat player. That's
But
all
he
I'm
seems-
saying.
He seems like a second round Miami Heat player.
can
Maybe
I
an
also say
undrafted
this?
Miami
Can I
Heat
also
player.
say this? You're petty.
Mhm.
Pat is petty.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think he'd do that then?
No, I don't think he just draft Bronny to draft him
No, but I mean, not only just to draft him,
to
but
play keep away. To
Yeah.
do what Tobin would do.
to tell LeBron.
I'm not familiar with all these
Hit
games you
retirement.
guys.
Well, this
play.
is what Pat would really do. Okay.
Yeah.
This would be cold-blooded Godfather.
All right.
All right. When he
draft
says
him
this-
and send him to the G League.
No, you draft. He will spend time at the G League. Like he better get used to Sioux Falls for a little bit. But you
Okay.
draft Bronny, and then Pat's like, "Oh, you want to be here so bad, LeBron? You're mid-level." And he goes, "Excuse me? Excuse me?" He goes, "No. We'll take you, but I'm a little restricted right now. With
Oh,
I gotta pay Jimmy and I gotta pay Bam, and I don't got the move. What would you say? What would you say, Marcos?
I'm sitting here. I done lost my damn mind. Where the hell this music coming
How
from?
much do you want to play with your son?
for you.
How much do you want to play with him? We'll make it happen, but like we're a little restricted right now. And
Come on, dude.
what?
Come on.
What?
Come on.
What?
You do realize that You're sitting here deciding whether to give Jimmy $60 million.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Not if LeBron comes to the mid-level. Now we could afford Jimmy. How much
You
does he
think?
want to do it?
Wait. You think LeBron is going to come to a team that has Jimmy Butler,
Mhm.
that has Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero making more money than him?
You want to play with your son or not?
Okay. Okay.
Mm. How much
You
do you
out of
love
your
your
mind.
son?
How much do you love him?
What's love got to do with it?
All right. And if we ever play against you, let's say he picks up a contract with LA and we keep Bronny, I'm starting Bronny that night.
Yep.
You did this to him.
Tenacious.
You did this.
Take a break. Back after this.
Feel it, baby.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
I've seen some long necks in my day. SGA,
Whoa.
dude.
Long neck? I haven't even
And they showing him in some outfits that he wore to the game.
Huh. All right.
Dude. Very
Yeah.
long neck.
Okay, see, even
Ooh.
things up yesterday.
Not lying.
I know, right?
He's wiry.
It's no, dude. There's a lot of wiry people, right? That neck.
Never gonna be neck and neck with that guy.
That mean he gonna fight like a giraffe.
That boy used
Whack-
head and shoulders.
Whack the head.
Panthers back in action tonight, 7:00.
We all have
Game
no
5.
neck. The three of us.
No.
We could add our necks together and not get one of his necks.
We'll talk to David Dwork coming up later on this. By the way, just announced
They're
by
starting
ABC.
Allmark.
Are they?
Yep.
Is that official?
I don't know. That's what Damon Guzman said.
Allmark, Hallmark, something about a shark, Cats and 5.
Agreed.
You know what I hate about this series? I hate sore losers. Right?
Oh my
but,
God.
but let me tell you why. Because doesn't it seem like the way they've been complaining and the way they've been trying to fight, that if it goes sideways and they get weighed down, they're just going to start fighting?
Well, dude, I saw this dude yesterday on their team, Patrick Maroon. He was the one who was trying to fight Bobrovsky before the game. And he was whining yesterday because nobody will fight me. Here was Patrick Maroon yesterday.
I'm sure everyone's wondering why I haven't done anything. I'll sit here and say it's not like I haven't tried.
Was
And I
anyone
don't
wondering?
want to do anything. I love my captain. I love the guys. I think, trust me, it's a tough business, and everyone's looking at me to do something. And unfortunately, I try. I am trying, and we can't really focus on that. It's over. It's done with. We got to focus on winning a hockey game now.
First period, you were waving your glove there. It looked like you were inviting any and all to come in. Did you think somebody was going to go or no?
No. It's frustrating that you guys are trying to do a narrative right now for nothing, to be honest. Like, we got to win a hockey game. That's what it comes down to. Unfortunately, what happened, we got to turn the page. We got to find a way. You can sit here and say I'm not doing my job. Maybe I'm not.
You're not doing your
Like
job.
I said before,
You're literally
damn
doing
if I do it,
nothing.
and damn if I don't. And I don't want to put my team in jeopardy. I don't want to take a suspension. I don't want to put my team on a power penalty kill.
Oh,
I'm
shut
doing
up.
everything I
Do
can.
you want to fight or
So
you
can
want
sit
on
here
a
and
fight,
say I'm not.
Maroon?
Maybe I'm not. But I talked to my captain. I talked to the guys in that locker room.
Old glass jaw.
They know, and they know I care, and that's the most important thing.
Let me just say something real quick here, Maroon.
Okay.
How can you tell the media that they're causing a narrative? You started off the press conference saying, I'm trying to fight. You don't want to fight me. So do you want to fight or do you not want to fight? And now you're saying, oh, and I also don't want to put my team in a bad position. Well, clearly you do, because if somebody said, let's scrap, you'd be down.
Hold on. They asked him the question, though.
Come on.
Like you're reading the
Come on.
response without hearing the question. The
He was a
question
little
was,
whiny,
why
though.
haven't you gotten
It was
in-
a little meek on his part.
Oh,
I'm trying to fight.
Here's what.
No one wants to fight me.
All right.
Put your dukes up.
Fight me, Bobrovsky. You're fighting the goalie.
Get out of here.
The goalie?
All right.
Really, dude?
All right.
Oh, you have sympathy for Maroon?
No.
Your team Maroon?
I'm not
Seems like
saying.
that.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Like
it was-
here's what I think.
Maroon 5
Okay.
over here.
If it was over
Hmm?
after the first or was the second game, it should have been over. But if you keep bringing it up, if the media keeps bringing it up and you keep talking about it, that's rent-free space in your head. It's not over for you. The Panthers, it's like Tuesday. They've moved on to Wednesday, right? But not for them. And it's going to haunt them this whole series until he kind of takes the attitude he's trying to take and say, we got to win a hockey game and just move forward. But they're not doing that. Like, they're trying to pick fights with goalies. They're trying to pick fights. And guess what? The one thing Paul Maurice said that is clear throughout all this, our guys have been poised. We haven't had any stupid penalties. We haven't had any. We're playing hockey, right? So they're out of their comfort zone, which is, again, you watch MMA. Anytime somebody try to beat something they not in the fight game, what happens?
I just think, no, look, he's clearly a tough guy. Good for him. But the thing that's funny about it is, like, don't tell me wants to fight me. But I also have respect. I have respect. I don't want any penalties. It's like, hey, you went on to talk to my captain. He gave me permission to go for fights. It's like, well, listen, the last time your captain tried to fight, he ended up facing up at the lights. I don't know if I'd take advice from him other than head on a swivel.
Don't mess with that guy. He's an ass kicker.
Take a break. We'll talk a little more hockey. Our guy, David Dwork, joins us next. Oh, wow. I don't know where Leroy went. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Game 5 tonight. Let's talk a little hockey with our guy from the Hockey News, a friend of the show, a friend of ours, a man of class, David Dwork. Go follow him at David Dwork, one of the best out there covering your Florida Panthers. He joins us on the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. You look good, man. I would say, you know what would look better if you show up tonight to the press box in top hat and monocle.
Woo! You know, I don't own a top hat or monocle, but hearing you say that makes me feel like I need to have those options in my closet. So next time we do this, I may have to have a different answer for you because that sounds like a great look.
I think it would be. You know, just
I need the cane too, though.
You got to have a cane. You got to be gentlemanly because that's how the Panthers are going to do this thing tonight to the Boston Bruins. What have you made of all of the shenanigans that have accompanied the ass kickings the Panthers have put on the Bruins?
Well, I think it's been fun. Obviously, you know, when you have it looking at it from a Panthers perspective and you're up 3-1 after going through all that, then obviously you're going to be feeling pretty good about it. But no, I mean, it's been a great playoff series. Obviously, the physicality has been, you know, really turned up a notch. And it's shown that the Panthers have been learning from, you know, their trials and tribulations over the last couple of years. They're a mature team. They're not getting dragged into any of this extracurricular activity. They're very focused on winning and the task at hand. And so far, it's been a success.
David, it's one thing to be physical, and it's another thing to try to be physical. The Panthers are a physical hockey team, and the Bruins thought they were physical, and they tried to match it, and they get in trouble. Like at some point, they got to get over it, right? At some point, they have to get over all this and try to win a hockey game, and they're just so caught up in trying to be more physical than the Panthers that it's going to be the end of them.
Yeah, well, that'll happen, I guess, in a playoff series because I think, you know, Boston last year, you know, you guys remember, best team in the league, historically good. They were in this situation. They were up 3-1 heading home after winning 2 on the road. And then Florida, you know, they haven't lost to them in the playoffs since. Well, except game 1, I guess. But that's 6-1, 7-1 run, 3 straight this year. This is a Panthers team, Leroy. We've talked about it before, that they've been building toward this all year. And last year, too, that they were built to perform well in the playoffs. Now they show up, you know, they basically flip their switch. They turn on what they've been doing all year. Boston, I'm sure that they felt confident. I'm sure they felt they had a really good team, but this Panthers team is a machine right now. They're coming at you with 4 lines. They're going to hit you hard no matter who's on the ice. They're going to take away your time and space. They're going to defend as a 5-man unit, and they're really hard to play against. And now we're seeing, as the cat makes an appearance again, now we're seeing the fruits of their labors. And, you know, it's cool that it's working out for them to this point, you know, hopefully, you know, for their, considering all the work they've put in, that they can finish the job. But it's certainly, to this point, at least, it seems to be like every piece of hard work they've put in over the last 2 years is paying off.
What would you say about the level of play right now that Barkov is putting out there on the ice? Because that game winner was sick.
Oh my God. Barkov right now is at another level, really, since the end of the Tampa series. I think he had 2 goals in it. It was his first multi-goal playoff game. It was his first 3-point playoff game. Now he's done it again since then. He is on another level right now. And I'm trying to remember who I was talking with this about the other day, but I think this is why Barkov kind of always has that underrated moniker attached to him, because when he goes out and he does what we've seen him do for the last few games, and you see what this man is capable of when he turns on his offensive light switch and he just goes and has that nose for the net, he's unstoppable. He's unbelievable with the puck. The way that he can control it, go through players, and then score. Barkov is at another level right now. If he continues to play like this for the next, 2 weeks, month, whatever, that's just going to be a huge benefit to the Panthers, because when Barkov, when he sees red, when he flips that switch and he gets that little Ovechkin gene going in him, he's a dangerous man on the ice.
You feel like anything has flipped for him, maybe because the mentality of the team has changed at all? Because I do feel like he's had critiques in other postseasons that he hasn't been like, I know he's never going to be the goal scorer. Maybe he could be if he was a greedy pig and wanted to go score all the goals that his talent would equate. But have you seen a mind shift, a mindset change in him at all?
I think this season it's just been more of, he came to be more physical. He had more hits this season than ever in his career. I think almost double. He showed up this season ready to adapt and really accept what the Panthers were trying to do as a team. And he's, always been that quiet lead by example kind of guy. So when he showed up for the playoffs this year, especially I think during the Tampa series, he found it a little bit hard to get his time and space. He won a couple of games without really producing much. And then something, as you just said, something flicked in his head. And now he's been this like Tasmanian devil on the ice. He's hitting everybody. He's leading the team in hits some games. And then he goes out there and he's scoring amazing game-winning goals. He's getting all the assists. He's doing everything basically that you could ask for him, playing great on penalty kill, power play. This is maybe the best he's played in his career, what we're seeing right now. And I do think that Paul Maurice and his staff have a big part of that because they helped him kind of switch his mindset into his game and turn him into this physical, fast guy that he showed up this year playing like. And now we're seeing what's happening on the ice, and it's been amazing watching him during the playoffs.
We never thought we'd say that, right? Markov is being physical. Right? It's just certain guys, right? Certain guys, like you see them so much during their career, you don't think they have it in them. And for some reason, kudos to that coaching staff, man, because
It's always the quiet ones.
When they took over, we were like, I don't know. And he's like very patient, like down 2-0 after the first period. He goes, I like where we are. I like where we are. He's very calm and I think it's great because if you're going to play that physical, you need to have a team that's also composed. And that's the one thing that he has praised his team about. We're physical, yet we're composed. We don't have stupid penalties. And you watch this and you're like, wow, every other team literally flips out trying to play the brand of hockey that the Panthers are playing.
And you saw it last series against Tampa, right? Florida gave up twice as many power plays as they had. Now they play this Boston series where Boston is out there headhunting. They're looking for revenge. They're looking for retribution. They're, whatever they're doing. And Florida's taken half as many penalty. I think it's like 21-9 or something. The power plays this series are in favor of the Panthers. And that was the exact opposite of what we saw coming into the series. And I think to your point, Leroy, that's because the Panthers have been able to keep their level heads, focus on the task at hand, and not really get skewed from that. And, look what's happening.
As Bob says, focused.
Or, as we say, rent-free.
Rent-free, dude.
Rent-free.
As a man who has played between the pipes yourself, what did you make of the controversial Sam Bennett play? Did you feel like in that moment it was going to get taken off and all the fallout that has happened since? What did you make of the one that equaled up that game?
Yeah, well, I appreciate you specifying which Sam Bennett play you're talking about because there have been a few this series up for scrutiny. But actually, Tobin, I'll kind of give you the play-by-play that I was going through when I watched that. Because when I first saw it, the replay. I'm like, oh, there's no way this counts. He just trucked the guy into the goalie. Then after watching it a few more times, I started to come around. I'm like, you know what? Maybe this will count because the call on the ice is always key, as you guys know. That's always kind of the starting point. But just watching the replay, you can see that while he hit him, he didn't really credit to the Bruins player. I think it was Carlo. I don't remember who it was. Credit to him for trying not to hit his goalie, for coming from a goaltender. As he got pushed, you could see his arms spread out, his kind of feet dug in. He did not want to hit his goalie. And I think that's part of why the goal counted, because there was never really any major contact with Swayman. He never didn't have a chance to play his position. If you watch right before Bennett shoots, Swayman's right pad kicks out, which tells you that he's not going to have strength, even if there's nobody there to push off and shoot at Bennett in that moment. So watching the mechanics of how it played out, I don't think that even if there wasn't a player there, he would have been able to get over to make that save, which is why I think the league let the goal stand, because they knew that even though there was a hit, it didn't impact the play. It didn't stop what was going to happen. As I was watching it play out in real time, I'm like, you know what, this is probably going to count, because I think that as long as it was taking, and when you just watch the contact between the Bruins player and the goaltender, it just wasn't enough there. There's barely anything there, right, as violent of a play as it looked. So I think that the league got that call right.
Yeah, I found it weird because one of the things that they said was he shouldn't even been skating there.
Well,
right? Why are you skating in your own, why are you skating? Why was he skating there anyway?
That's a product of the Panthers power play and all their motion, because that gets guys in the other team. When you're defending a power play, you want to stay positionally sound. You don't want to open up passing lanes. You don't want guys moving around you. Florida, they do such a good job of moving their players and circling and, fluid. I'm totally missing the word here, but moving around the zone the way that they do, it gets the defenders to move out of their positions. That's why Sam Reinhart was able to get so many goals from basically standing in the same spot, because everybody else around him is moving. Reinhart's moving a few feet this way, a few feet that way, and suddenly you open up just enough space to make these holes. And I think that was, another thing of what happened on that goal is that Boston had 3 guys right on top of their goal crease. Florida made a nice little play. I'm trying to remember who it was that made the pass over to Sam. I believe it was Anton Lindell. Or Itu Lusteran, and somebody was right in front of the goal, made that little backhand pass over to Bennett. And yeah, I mean, that's just Florida's power play. And it's been the story of the series, guys, is the special teams. Florida's been great shorthanded, and their power play has come through a few times. They had that 4-goal power play game in game 3 in Boston. So that's really been the story.
It has been tough. I imagine it's going to be tough to feel as desperate as Boston is tonight, even though there may be an element of us thinking they're a broken team. But how important do you feel like it is that the Panthers do close this out tonight? Because obviously they were on the other end of coming back from 3-1 last year.
Mhm.
We're seeing what's happened in the other semifinal series with Carolina and New York. That's extending. So just how important do you think it is just the Panthers to absolutely close this puppy out tonight in their barn?
Yeah, I think, obviously a team with Boston's pedigree, a team that has the championship guys that Boston has still on their team, you don't want to give them any kind of hope or life in any situation. But honestly, this Panthers team is just so built for this. This is what they've been playing for. This is what they've been mentally preparing for, that even if Boston comes out and plays their best game of the season tonight, it's not like you have to be overly concerned. Like, oh no, we're going back to Boston. All the Panthers have done is won 4 straight in Boston in the playoffs over the last 2 seasons, going back to last year. While obviously you never want to give a team hope and momentum and any of that in the playoffs, this Panthers team is just built a little bit different. And I'm happy to see them go through those kind of tests because they continue to pass them. And it's been really fun to watch them kind of deal with adversity, overcome it, and move on. So while, you want to close Boston out, you don't want to give them anything, I wouldn't be overly concerned that the Panthers would be freaking out if they don't win tonight.
Who is banging the drum? Who you got? We've had one.
Man, that's such a good question. They've had
four
such
on.
rant.
Who do
Why
we
are
got?
you banging the drum? Why haven't you guys been invited to bang the drum? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question. I would love to bang the drum.
I'd like to see Leroy up there just giving it like a nice little "Let's go Panthers."
Anytime they want us to bang the drum, I will be there to bang the drum. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would love. I love this idea of just continuing to have celebrity drum bangers. Makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, we've had ex-Marlins, we've had Dolphins players. Where's Dwayne Wade? Where's Shaq? Where are the Heat legends?
They had Gogi.
Yeah, you know what? And the Panthers played really well that night too. So yep, there we go.
Because Gogi probably knew all the hockey players. They're from the same region, right?
They're Slovenian hockey players.
Region. I didn't say Slovenia. Region.
Yeah.
I think you just made all of Europe that region. Like, what
No,
are you
I
doing
didn't.
there? I think you did.
I was told there'd be no geography on this test.
No, dude, let me tell you something. Every day, our mouths back our ass into a corner. Every day. So this is nothing new. Wait, Brooks Koepka.
Has Brooks
Can
Koepka
he
banged the
bang
drum
him
yet?
with one hand and then go?
You know, I think he was there.
I
He was there in the final or in the Eastern Conference final. I think Brooks did. But remember, like last year, didn't they have Marino at one point banging the
They
drum?
busted out Marino. I
For
understand.
the finals, though.
I
Yo,
think-
you got to bring out Hall of Famers come out.
You know who needs to do it? And the
Stanley-
Panthers wouldn't lose another game? Pat Riley. Get Pat up there. Bang. All he would have to do is touch the drum one time, and the Panthers will never lose again.
Wait, if Pat
That's
Riley,
probably-
if Pat Riley did it, all of Sunrise would go ballistic.
I feel like Pat Riley's probably he's probably in Malibu already. I don't know if Pat Riley's showing up either. I don't know. What about
Pat Riley,
Spo?
he'll do it on Zoom.
Spo do it.
Did Spo do it? Spo hasn't done it.
No,
Spo's-
Spo hasn't done it. I feel like Spo's
UD?
he's got
Is
his own
UD
stuff
done
going
I
on
think
now that the
UD's
season's
done it.
over.
UD's done it.
I think Spo's probably off. He's probably still watching like some Nets game from this year, like a maniac.
Come on.
What about any Panthers legend they could bring out that would get the crowd going a little nuts?
Well, the problem is a lot of them are like employed by other teams, so there'd be like a conflict of think of like Scott Mellenby or Tom Fitzgerald or like those guys they all have jobs, so it'd be tough. Maybe bring back Doug McClain, the coach from '96. I think he's available. That'd be a cool thing.
Wait, you say he's available?
Well, no, like he hasn't been coaching for a while. And I don't think he works. Like I think that is behind him in terms of his career. So I didn't mean that to come off as an insult.
right.
I'm just thinking in terms of guys who like aren't still like actively
Working
for other
for
teams.
somebody else, or right.
Yeah, for sure.
How about one of the Bure brothers?
You want to find? I think Valerie Bure you could probably find because he's like a family man. He's married to the girl from Full House.
Burgess.
Yes,
Burgess.
Candace Cameron.
Cameron.
Yeah.
You know, I've actually met her years ago because she was friends with Eric Metcalf. We played in Seattle, and she came to one of our games, which was like crazy.
All right, buddy.
At a restaurant. I was chasing autographs with my wife like 20 years ago, and she was there with Val Bure when he played for the Panthers. That's my story.
Buddy, enjoy the game tonight. You'll be boots on the ice. Go follow at David Dwork, his great work at the Hockey News. Always appreciate him. Watch him and Roy with the hockey show as well. They do a great job there. Appreciate the time, buddy. Take care.
Thanks,
Be well, fellas. See you next time.
There you go. David Dwork. Go follow his work. We will take a
Why
break.
we don't tell each other be well.
Be well.
No, not at all.
Be well. Like I think that's all I'm gonna say that.
Marcos
you know what?
has been
Be well, Big Bun.
Marcos has been badgering us for 24 hours now, ever since the big NFL news came out.
Oh, let's go, baby.
And we'll get
Well, you
back
see,
to
they
it.
did the first Monday night game too.
Yeah.
Which is
Take a break. We'll get back to it. Back after this.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tagovailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM.
That Chet is very, very skinny.
Gangly.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What is this, Marcos? What are you doing over there?
Yeah, I
dude?
agree. Chet is very skinny.
What are you? Are you doing weights? Are you doing armbands right now?
I'm just leading by example, Tobin.
What does that mean? What are you doing?
It's off season, baby. Just leading by example.
Why are you lifting weights right now? Like, why are you trying to get swole in the middle of the show?
Well, because
Well, you're trying to get swole.
yeah, I agree. I am pretty swole already, Leroy. We can just go ahead and stop there if you like. Yeah, I'm just doing what I can to make sure that this off season I come back in tip-top shape, especially if I'm, gonna warrant a contract somewhere near Jared Goff. Maybe
What?
I potentially take advantage of my opportunities.
So what are you trying to be like? You're trying to be manly like the Lions? Is that what you're trying to do?
Men, all right? Men do this at all times of the day. I got some resistance bands,
Are you really serious? Like, you don't think that Tua's lived up to Jared Goff?
No, what was he doing last year, dude? What was he doing? Like breaking
Wait.
planks of wood?
You do realize that Jared Goff got ran out of LA like he was the worst quarterback on planet Earth.
After a Super Bowl. Yeah, I do.
No, not after a Super Bowl. He didn't
Super
win
Bowl
a Super Bowl
appearance.
there.
Well, I mean,
Super Bowl appearance.
Super Bowl appearance, they put up 3
I
points.
Never said he won. Never said he won necessarily. 3 points.
Again, no matter here. Can I say this?
Better than doing
Can I
karate
say
in the
this,
offseason.
Marcos? I'm gonna say this now.
Men.
I'm gonna say this now, and I want everybody to hear this. No matter what Tua does, if he wins a playoff game, if he wins 2 playoff games, if he goes to a championship, you know what? You're always gonna have a complaint about Tua.
Why does he have armbands?
It doesn't matter.
Gotta get your breathing.
Stop
right.
breathing.
You gotta get your breathing.
Why are you breathing like
It's actually
that?
the most important thing.
What are you gonna do next? Up downs?
No, he ain't
You're
gonna
not
do
Man
no-
Campbell.
He gonna do a down.
I'll do an up. I don't know. Maybe one or two. But hey, anything's better than what was he doing last year? Learning how to roll. Really
He's
nice.
learning jujitsu.
Him and my child both learning how to
Are
roll.
you
last
trying
year.
to say that jujitsu's not manly?
Not manly enough if you go for 3 sessions, you got on Groupon, and then quit middle of the season.
I didn't
because
like
you
that he
think you're
quit.
good
I didn't like that he
enough. What
quit.
is that, dude? Your son
busy.
stuck with it. He's got belts on top of belts with
His son doesn't have to play football that night.
Well, if he did, he'd be agile.
He did play for the Tyreek Hill Ravens
You gotta do this for the lats.
once a week. Same as Tua.
This is for the lats.
He don't practice.
Ugh.
We do before the game.
So they have practice before the game and then the game.
Yep.
They don't practice every day. Like, I don't think people realize how much time is spent on football. All you see is Sunday.
Mhm.
You're there from like 8:30 in the morning until 5, 6 in the evening.
You've told me you're napping throughout the meetings.
Yeah. And
Huh?
You told me you were
Napping.
napping.
But that's
throughout
what,
the
yeah.
meetings.
And what time do you play golf? Don't forget about that, especially.
I only play golf on Fridays and Saturdays.
I don't like the. I don't like what you're doing.
Well, I'm just making
How are
sure.
you going to try and tell me that Jared Goff deserves money and Tua doesn't?
What do you think Jared Goff's doing right now? You think he's learning how to break a
Yeah,
plank of
okay.
wood?
D-Sizzle.
That's not what they do
Here-
in jiu-jitsu.
D-Sizzle, here's the point. He says Jared Goff made it to a Super Bowl and 2 NFC championships. That wasn't my point, right? My point is, and the team he did that with
It's hot in here.
deemed him to be terrible.
Hot under the collar. from
To
that.
where they just let their quarterback go. They traded for a different quarterback.
Which they ended up winning the Super Bowl, by the way.
Right. So again.
And he turned the franchise around.
He turned the Lions around.
I don't even know. Okay, maybe Man Campbell. Maybe they have a good running game. They did pick up Aiden Hutchinson, solid wide receivers, Amon. But other than those
Stacked
things,
How did they not lose any draft picks?
that's crazy. I don't know. Questionable. I got questions.
Isn't Atlanta getting ready to lose a draft pick? Because remember they
what?
for tampering with Kirk Cousins.
No, I meant how did they not lose any of their top guys? I don't mean like lose literally
Because they're all
lose.
young. They were all young.
This is for
They have no old guys.
Maybe this time,
Jealous.
if he does a couple of these, he can get that ball over that big Paramount.
What are
ball.
you doing right now? You're just stretching. I don't
What
think
is
that's an
this? What
exercise.
is that? What are you doing?
This is for the
You're just hitting the bands up against your chest.
yeah, but the strength that I'm building at the same time.
How much resistance is on that thing?
This
I'm gonna go
is-
see during the break.
This is metal, so I'm not even sure. These are chain link.
Chain link.
These are.
So
I
you
don't think that's a
stretch it to-
thing.
That's a chain link, and if you wrap them around your knees, do a little spin.
I can't believe you're doing this.
Do a little spin. Like
So wait,
this.
didn't you want all your quarterbacks to be mobile?
Yeah, okay, and has been working on his speed according to what I've been hearing.
Are you talking about
but-
Tua or
Tua.
Jared Goff?
No, Tua. But this is one thing that I need to implement during the off season. A little bit more weightlifting. Because you know that you're not going to be Lamar Jackson. So I'm going to need you to be Anthony Richardson.
So you want him to be swole and fast?
Yes. Is it too much to ask for him to be Cam Newton?
Can I say this?
Yes.
If you ain't fast to this part in your life,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna be fast.
No, you can totally train.
No, you
If you
can't.
do a couple of these,
What are you doing? You're just holding your arms above your head.
you think
You're
that
gonna bite your tongue off. You
The-
better be careful.
the novice would think that. But when you have chain link like I do, this is for durability of the cranium. I'm just saying, dude. I don't think Jared Goff is messing around with white belts, blue belts, green belts.
Yeah, but you said you wanted a mobile guy, and now you want Jared Goff. I don't understand what you want. You just seemed like you want not Tua.
No, it's not that. Tua has all the capabilities. He just has to, not play golf.
Jared
every
Goff
other
rushed
day.
for 21 yards last year.
21 total.
Total yards.
Yeah. See, I love the way I love the way your mouth gets you, backs you into a corner. Right? I love the way your mouth backs you. So anything you want to say now?
Woo, are you sure?
How many yards did Tua rush for?
I gotta find it.
Playoffs potentially?
No, that's all of his carries.
I don't think so.
Wait,
Really,
how many
Jared
yards
Goff.
did Tua rush for?
I'm gonna find out right now.
I
It
don't
better
know,
not be
dude.
more than 21. Dude, you're gonna get the biggest -1 ever.
Do you count sacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do count sacks, but I think they were sacked an equal amount of times.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see. I don't. It seemed like a fake Google to me.
I'm looking it up right
I'm
now.
a little lightheaded from the weights, so I can't.
Tua rushed for 74 yards.
Wait,
More than 3 times Jared Goff. So according to your numbers, right? According to your numbers, he should make $150 million a
And they
year.
were sacked an equal amount of times. Jared Goff 30, Tua 29.
Oh, but this is important though. How many rushing touchdowns?
He had 2. Jared Goff had 2 rushing touchdowns. Tua had
Yes.
none.
Wait, but wait.
Oh,
What? That's
points on the
wait,
board.
That's because you also had a guy who led the league in rushing
You
touchdowns.
got to put your legs. If you put your legs, this is the mobility.
What are you doing?
If you put it underneath both of your used shoes, there's a bit of a worn in crease there.
Cap for Life says that Goff has a Super Bowl appearance. I understand, but you
Super
realize,
Bowl.
but like, here's the thing. He was so bad in said Super Bowl appearance
Yes.
that he was sent to Detroit,
Right.
which at the time was like being sent to hell.
No, it's just you had an opportunity to upgrade.
Dude.
And look what he did with hell.
It's a great story. It's a great story.
froze it
Props to
over.
Jared Goff. I'm not taking shots at Jared Goff, but I just want everybody to realize when you say he had a Super Bowl appearance,
They ran
he
him out
was
of
so
town.
unimpressive in that Super Bowl appearance that his coach sent him the equivalent to football hell.
It's pretty amazing
I should've
that
known.
now we're using that as a compliment,
You guys.
right? That we're using that as a compliment that he went to a Super Bowl when his own team declared we can never win with this guy.
Also, it's not fair. He plays in the NFC. Not the same.
What do you mean? It's weaker?
What?
Way weaker.
It's
Way-
also-
all you got to deal with is 2 teams.
It's also way colder. How would
All
Tua
you
fare
had to
over
deal-
there?
all-
Plays inside.
Because it's so cold. I've been there. It's very cold over there. You know what? I should have expected nothing else. If there's anyone who hated Jared Goff more over the past 5 years, it's definitely Leroy.
That's true.
And
Why?
you're just his
Oh,
little
you've
buddy.
hosed him down.
You've
Dude.
hated Jared
You have
Goff.
hosed him down and Carson Wentz for a good
Yes.
for
He
for
has
a
been-
long time.
Yes.
The standard for failure for you was Jared Goff.
Oh, and based on what their
Rose from
career,
the
wait,
ashes.
and based on them going 1-2 in the draft, right?
21
I wasn't
yards?
wrong when I made those statements.
How do you only get 21 yards in a whole season?
I was not wrong in my statements because where Jared Goff's in Detroit, and where's Carson Wentz?
I don't know. Where is Carson Wentz?
Thank you. Thank you. Point made.
Where is Carson
So what are you
Wentz?
saying to me?
Carson Wentz.
How was I off?
Is he a commander?
He is currently wow, you'll never guess, dude. You'll
Exactly.
literally never guess.
Wait, by you saying that, you have made my
I
point.
want to guess.
Wait,
I
isn't
wanna
he like in
guess.
Cincinnati or something?
Incorrect. I'm giving you each 3 guesses, and I guarantee you.
Hold on. I know he's backing up a good quarterback.
I'm gonna say Minnesota.
All right, incorrect so far, both of you.
Okay, so I have one more. What do you have? You give me your second. guess.
I thought he's backing up somebody crazy, and
Green
you're
Bay?
like, really?
You want to say Jordan Love?
Ooh. Let me see.
This is good, dude. We should constantly do
Where is Carson
Where
Wentz?
the
Is he
hell-
in San Francisco?
He's in neither of those.
Wow. Okay, we each got one more guess. Where is Carson Wentz?
Where?
No.
Don't help us, chat. Don't help us, chat.
Don't chat.
Chat, don't help us. I'm turning the chat off.
I'm turning the chat
off. Turn
Um,
it off.
Turn it off.
Okay, so I've guessed.
Ooh,
Where have I
this is
guessed? I've guessed
Minnesota,
and
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
He was in Washington though, wasn't he?
He was.
He was, in Washington, but he's
indeed.
no longer in Washington.
Correct.
He's already played in Indiana.
And
Right.
he
Sorry,
already
no.
played in Indianapolis.
That's where I thought he was. That was incorrect.
He's
Houston?
No, I'm telling you, you're not.
Hold
gonna-
on, hold
you're
on,
Like,
hold
what
on.
the hell?
Hold on.
I know Mac
Hold
Jones is backing up.
He is taking the place of a great Dolphin. How about that? He has taken the place.
No.
He is taking the place of a great Dolphin, dude. Carson Wentz is a Kansas City Chief.
What?
What?
He is?
He
When the
gonna
hell
go
did
get.
that happen?
So wait,
When did that
he's
happen?
gonna go get a Super
When the hell
Bowl.
did that happen?
Carson Wentz?
He is a new Chad Henne.
Get out of
I
here.
have no clue when the hell that.
Wait, here's the worst part.
Yeah.
By playing this ridiculous game, we have made my point.
Wow.
Right? It's a point where we each picked 3 teams and we're dead wrong.
Wow.
Wait, we didn't even get the division right.
I never would have thought.
We didn't even get did we guess anybody in that division?
I bet you guys also didn't know he was a Ram last year.
No, he wasn't.
I see pictures.
No, he
of
was a
him.
commander. He had to be a commander.
No way.
I distinctly remember him as a commander.
No, man. 2023.
I remember him as a commander, a Colt. Was he a Carolina Panther at one point? Or am I thinking
No,
of
no.
Darnold?
So 21 Colt, 22 Commander, 23 Ram, 24 Chief.
Did he start any games last year?
He had to. Who was because their quarterback got hurt.
He was a Ram?
Yeah, he signed as a backup midway through the season.
So you're telling me that
Oh
the
wait,
Rams-
so he didn't have no job.
So wait, so the Rams have had both the top 2 picks on that team?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow. I'm a little shook right now. I gotta be honest with you.
I'm like fiberglass.
Whoa.
You're what?
This guy's fiberglass.
Fiberglass. I can't even say.
Careful.
I'm gonna try another word. I'm blown away.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by Kendall Dodge.
Me queda 1%.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Guys, get it on the chat. Unless it's comments like Carlos, who said Jalen Ramsey and OBJ kind of helped Goff win that.
Leroy's going to come in lashing out. I knew he was.
At what?
Dude.
Who?
I just
say?
simply said, hey, by the way, we're back. He continues, things can happen without me, we can go ahead and get it done.
Wow.
Attacking me because I told him we were back.
Man, why'd you tell him we were back, dude? Like, you keep it in your pocket already.
That is my fault.
Carlos said Jalen Ramsey and OBJ kind of helped Goff win that ring. He didn't win a ring. He was at the Super Bowl that got Brian Flores hired by the Dolphins. That was Jared Goff. Jared Goff was in the 13-3 loss to the Patriots.
Boring, by the way.
Then he got shipped out for Matthew Stafford.
He was in the single-handed worst Super Bowl ever.
Boring Super Bowl. And then Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl with the Rams. Now, Jared Goff did make the NFC Championship last year. So if your argument is you can't make 50+ million, Marcos, without having a playoff win, all right, that's the way you stand. That's fine.
Okay, but guess what? If I took this Dolphins team and put them in the NFC, they can get to the NFC Championship.
I mean, if.
No, but hold on.
The reality.
All I'm saying
can't
is
give me 50
that
million for
NFC is working on a different level curve than the AFC, right? They name 2 teams that are better than Baltimore and Kansas City
In the NFC?
Yeah.
Only thing I would put is San Francisco.
All right, now I'm gonna throw in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna throw in Cincinnati. They were hurt. They went to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna go Dolphins.
Yep.
Right, like
Houston.
Houston. They were all these teams are playing each other. You can't go that deep in the NFC.
No, you can't.
So to say, ooh, so and so made it, and you're talking about a conference that's what, 3 deep, 4 deep tops?
I'd say 4 deep.
Right.
Philly's good. They had.
They're one of the 4.
Yeah.
They one of the 4.
I think that's about as far as I get.
And who's gonna come along? Okay, can we add Green Bay? Maybe.
Yeah.
I would include Green Bay.
So
now.
you got to go Detroit,
Green Bay,
San Francisco, Philly.
I
mean, look, Dallas is too inconsistent, so I don't know if you can ever put them there.
I'm not counting Dallas.
They're a good team.
Well,
they're just too inconsistent.
here's the other thing. If you're including Philly, you're pretty much excluding Dallas.
I'm not including Dallas, and I'm not including any NFC South team.
No, of course not.
Fair.
That get a free pass for going 8 and 9.
What do you guys feel about Seattle?
No.
Yeah,
because they were San Francisco.
Yeah, they don't really do
So
anything for me anyway.
now, like, what are the Chargers going to be this year? Right?
I don't know.
Now, I will say this. You go NFC South, I go AFC South. Samesies to me.
The AFC South? They have Houston.
Okay. But I'm saying the other teams.
I don't know. I mean, AFC South had 3 winning teams last year. I mean,
Gardner Minshew made the Pro Bowl.
Okay, it's a flag. It's Nickelodeon double.
No.
What are we doing?
No. Wait. Like, that's no. That's what you coming to the table with.
Oof.
Gardner Minshew made the play.
Where is he now? He's in Las Vegas, right?
Yes, he is, because I remember his confrontation with Crosby, and now they're teammates.
Right. Meanwhile, so Tua, he's gonna get that 50+ million, just so you know, Marcos.
No,
he's going to get it.
I heard something this morning with Omar Kelly speaking that kind of made me lean towards maybe we should pay him now, but it had nothing to do with his talent.
What's that?
It had everything to do with the fact that this offseason, you've let a lot of your guys walk. And if you don't secure who everyone on the team feels is their franchise quarterback prior to the season starting, it could kind of trickle down at this place doesn't value you and maybe begin to send the wrong message.
Well, because there's only 2 guys that everybody felt the Dolphins needed to retain.
Yes.
And it's Tua and Christian Wilkins.
Correct.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Christian's gone.
Yeah.
So now all you have is Tua.
Yeah, but you want to know something like, is Jalen Waddle not going to sign a monster contract because Tua didn't get his contract? Like, I don't think that's going to have anything to do with anything. Like, I don't think anybody's really going to leave. If anything, everybody just seems to keep rewarding the Dolphins because they keep coming down here at discounted rates. Like, Odell didn't seem to care that Christian Wilkins didn't get taken care of. Odell.
Odell.
That's how you go, Obo.
Listen, don't throw anything on me because you can say flabbergasted.
Okay.
Oh, just because you could say it now.
Oh, dude, no.
Okay.
If I couldn't say
Hey.
what you did, you'd be
All right.
playing that cut 9 times in this show. Why don't we have that turned around?
I'm
again, by the
sorry.
way?
Well, because I didn't even get like the part that would probably give me problems before you guys jumped down my throat. So I
Okay.
stopped.
Can I just tell you something? I just keep getting notifications about this on my phone, and it's really annoying me. But it's enough of this JJ Redick already. I can't believe this guy's gonna podcast his way into a Lakers job. Like, what are we doing here? I just saw that Sham said that Coach K has been a special consultant for the Lakers head coaching job. Who do you think his golden boy, JJ Redick? And it's enough of JJ Redick. I have nothing against JJ Redick, okay? Nothing against him. All right. Seems like a perfectly nice individual, but you would agree, Leroy. We've had a lot of JJ Redick thrown in our face over the last 2 years. It's been a lot of JJ Redick.
As soon as he hit like the daily rotation of ESPN, we've gotten
a lot of JJ Redick, and all of a sudden JJ Redick is going to be out here, JJ Redicking being the head coach of the LA Lakers, which why? I don't even understand. First of all, why do you even want that job? But if you were going to give that job to somebody, why would you make it JJ Redick?
Why wouldn't you take a job where you're gonna make $4 or $5 million for 5 years, get fired in 2 years, and still get the money?
It's just enough of him. Like, he does a podcast with LeBron James, and so that makes you a head coach. Like, this is ridiculous. What has he done to earn being a head coach? Why isn't anybody seriously considering Chris Quinn? Where's Chris Quinn's finalist of an interview with the LA Lakers? I saw that he was on the list of candidates, but he's not on the final list of candidates. You're going to go with some
Who's the final guys?
It's JJ Redick, James Borrego, and Sam Cassell. Where's Chris Quinn being a finalist?
I couldn't be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
That's my point.
No.
And so
no.
I'm just
I'm
sitting.
being honest with you. I couldn't look at Sam Cassell every day.
You understand though. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? Like, it's a little,
but
it's a slap in the face to Chris Quinn.
No.
JJ
Here.
Redick, and something against JJ Redick, but why does JJ Redick get to go out and skip the line because he can podcast?
Here's the
That's
deal.
why he gets to be the head coach.
Here's the deal, though. It's not that Chris Quinn isn't worthy of an opportunity. I just think that out there and in California, he's not one of the people that cross their mind.
California? I mean, what does Chris Quinn have to do? He's only been the lead assistant on a team that's had more success in the Eastern Conference than any other team over the last 5 years. And he just gets overlooked. It's not like he's not a former NBA player. Chris Quinn had a cup of coffee. And so why is it that JJ Redick gets to go out there? Why? Because he could talk into a microphone good? I bet Chris Quinn could podcast just fine if he wanted to podcast, but he doesn't want to podcast. You want to know what he wants to do? He wants to coach. He wants to do X's and O's. That's what he wants to do. And yet, nobody ever takes Chris Quinn seriously as a head coach. And forget about Chris Quinn. Maybe
has he coached Skyforce?
Chris Quinn?
Yeah.
I believe he has, yes.
Yeah, he definitely has. I think he's even won a championship with them.
No, I think that was Dan Craig.
That was me.
Oh, he coached the Lava?
I wish we would have done better.
I agree. JFig. How many times has Tobin said
It's just enough of JJ Redick already. Like, it's nothing against him. I wish him all the success in the world, but
No, you don't.
The amount of throwing of JJ Redick in my face. It's
I love
enough
the
of
way
him
you
already.
could trash somebody for 25
I'm not
minutes.
trashing him.
I got nothing against him. Why you keep mentioning his name
He
then?
just doesn't deserve this job over Chris Quinn. Chris Quinn deserves the job. And JJ Redick just continues to fail up because he has a podcast.
But here's the thing. Okay. First of all, you can't tell a team that somebody deserves their job. They're the ones that
Don't you want to coach somebody who knows coaching? He's learned at
you know this.
He's learned at the
you know this
of what?
That Chris Quinn is the most qualified.
Everybody says that Chris Quinn should be a head coach. Everybody
Yes,
says it.
agreed. I'm not even disputing that.
And maybe you don't like his. Maybe you're somebody who wants something a little more flashy. Okay, forget about Chris Quinn. What about Caron Butler is out here, and he is a former All-Star. All right.
What does that have to do with?
Played for the Lakers.
Wait,
where's Caron Butler's interview?
can I just say
Oh, I'm
this?
sorry. Caron Butler
Wait.
doesn't have a podcast?
Some of the greatest players in NBA history were terrible coaches. Stop with that.
What? Well, I'm just trying to figure it out. You tell me. Why does JJ Redick deserve interviews and Caron Butler does not?
Who's the best player that ended up in? Lenny Wilkins? Has to be Lenny Wilkins, right? Got to be Lenny Wilkins. He's in the Hall of Fame for
I can
both.
tell you Chauncey Billups' run isn't going too good right now.
I mean, keep in mind.
Jason Kidd's is, though.
Here's the other thing.
Didn't start
Took a
good,
few
though.
stints, though.
I was gonna say.
Here's the other thing, though.
We remember when you
that these guys are going to garbage teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and so JJ
like
Redick
Portland?
gets to go coach LeBron James. Why? Because he sat there and pretended to do a podcast with him. He didn't do anything on those podcasts. It's all about LeBron. LeBron, he used you, dude. He already said, I have one podcast. Why don't I do 2 podcasts? But I'll convince LeBron to podcast with me. Now he wants to do the same thing, dude. Ride your coattails. Why don't you do it with somebody who's made his own way, like Chris Quinn has?
Will you stop?
What? It's nothing against him. Good for him. Wish him all the success in the world. Congratulations on all your success. But I mean, is it thrown in my face all the time? Yes, it is. And now you have your pappy, your basketball daddy, Coach K, as a consultant. I mean, you want to talk about a shamockery of an interview process? Why don't you just give the job to JJ Redick? We all know you want to give it to JJ Redick. Enough of them already, though.
Question: why would you want Caron to deal with that coaching carousel?
Look, you're right. I don't. I would like him to be in a place where there's more fair, that because he's not going to get blamed every single day.
Oh, but you would
on
throw
television.
Chris Quinn to the Wolves.
No, I'll throw Chris Quinn to the Wolves. I'm just saying, if they don't even get a chance to go to the Wolves, you don't even let them go in the forest. You want to know why? Because that forest, they like podcasts. So they go to decide, you know who you would hire? JJ Redick. I like how he sounds on that podcast, how he interviewed Shaq. That should mean he can coach. What does he know about it? And let me tell you something. The first sign of adversity, what did he do? Throw the Pelicans under the bus. He's a gossiper. That's what he is. Have you heard anything from Chris Quinn? No. You want to know why? Heat culture, lockbox.
True.
Airtight.
True.
Caron Butler, airtight. And by the way, don't do the thing. What?
Do the airtight.
Airtight. And let me tell you something. Don't tell me that, I want Chris Quinn to be Eric Spoelstra's, I want to be his successor. Spo just signed an 8-year contract. What is Chris Quinn supposed to be idly by, be a sidekick his whole life? Where's his opportunity?
His whole life? Is he even 40 yet?
I don't know. But the point is, what is he supposed to just wait around for another 7 years?
That's what he
is 40.
Spo did.
40 on
Spo was
that.
with the organization for a long time.
Not as the lead assistant. He was in the video room, and then he was.
Was he
doing
ever
his
the lead assistant?
I believe he was, yes.
Okay. No, that's the thing.
What?
Lead assistant.
Lead assistant, yeah. But apparently he should have been. You know what? A Chris Quinn. He shouldn't have been in the film room. He should have been with a microphone.
But see,
by this logic, Will Manso has a better chance of becoming the Lakers head coach than Chris Quinn does. Wow. Not that Will couldn't be a good head coach. I mean, handsome guy, wears a good suit. I'm just saying, like, it's enough of this JJ Redick already.
Will could not coach basketball.
Okay,
Will you stop?
Well, how do I know JJ Redick can? He's been.
How did you know Chauncey Billups could? He came from the same situation JJ Redick.
No, come on, that's a legend. What are we talking about? What has JJ Redick ever won in his life?
But what's one have to do with the other?
Here's what.
What does a winning basketball player have to do with being a good coach?
Look, all it has to do with is
I'm giving you a perfect example. So if it didn't work, remember, Magic was a coach.
Hey, do you think that? Let me ask you a question.
Magic was
Can
a
I ask
coach.
you a question? Do you think that they're hiring JJ Redick for his basketball acumen or because he's a podcaster? Because nobody's even heard of JJ Redick up until the last couple of years, where he's been all over the place.
You know?
Who? Intangibles guy who had. I mean, he's basically Duncan Robinson. And by the way, you ruined Duncan Robinson's career. You ruined him. You ruined Duncan Robinson. You tried to make him a podcaster while he was in the heater of his NBA career. And you got him distracted doing podcasts. So what do you think that's going to happen? What, are we going to have Gabe Vincent doing podcasts out in LA?
Wow.
Are you done?
I'm just saying, it's enough of it. Nobody gives Chris Quinn the respect he deserves.
Yeah. I love how you did that.
What's next? McAfee is head coach of the Colts?
Hmm?
Well, they did hire Jeff Saturday.
I was going to say, I mean,
Yes,
it doesn't really have
that didn't work out.
Point.
It's another Jeff Saturday right here.
Well, that's the Indianapolis Colts.
Dave South is talking about JJ Redick goes against enough of JJ Redick. I get it, but you understand, like, unless somebody comes up and makes a stand about that there's too much JJ Redick, then no one's going to realize, oh my God, it has been enough of JJ Redick.
Yeah. Thank God you're here to make sure that.
What I mean, what's next, dude? What is next? You're going to make Joe Rogan the head coach of the Wizards? Let's just make all podcasters head coaches. And Chris Quinn's just going to sit here. Coaching hoops, never going to get a head coaching opportunity. Ridiculous.
Isn't Tim Duncan sitting somewhere on the bench in San Antonio learning how to be a coach?
I think he gave it up after a year.
Okay.
I think he actually wanted to go be a kickboxer.
What?
Who? Yeah. Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan?
What?
I think that's a pretty good option. Wasn't he a swimmer?
Who?
Long legs.
I don't think he was a swimmer.
He was a swimmer.
He was?
Don't just make me. Did I just invent
Tim
it?
Duncan?
Yes.
No,
No,
you
he
ever
wasn't
heard
a
about Tim
swimmer.
Duncan?
No, he was a swimmer, dude.
I've seen video of him kickboxing.
NBA.com 3 days ago. From swim dreams to hoop dreams, Tim Duncan. Oh, thank God.
So he was a swimmer before he was a basketball player?
Went from Olympic swimmer to NBA legend.
I apologize.
You know what?
He made that up.
No, dude. There's
No.
no way I would just make this up.
Yes, you would.
Why?
That is no Olympic swimmer.
Yes.
Olympic swimmer. I think I would have heard that from Tim Duncan.
There's a whole documentary. What do you want me to do?
Documentary. He's lying.
It's literally.
It's like, why is like I'm playing House of Dragons today.
All right. Well, forget it.
Take a break. Back after this.
Well, you know what? Because of that, Leroy.
I'm a little shook right now. I got to be honest with you.
I'm like fiberglass.
Whoa. You're what?
This guy's fiberglass.
Fiberglass. I can't even say.
Careful.
I'm gonna try another word. I'm blown away.
WQA
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Some Dolphins news this hour. The Dolphins.
It better be news.
It is news.
All right.
The Miami Dolphins' first game has been released. Primetime. Week 2. Thursday night football. The Miami Dolphins host the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh.
I like that's good. I like it getting it out of the way.
Same.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a back-to-back, let it be early.
Yeah. Short week right off the bat. Boom. Right at it for the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Week 2, Thursday night football against the Bills at Hard Rock Stadium.
Schedule release hasn't officially happened yet.
No, tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, which means Thursday.
Yes.
Our favorite game. That's a win.
No.
That's a loss. What do you mean no?
No.
What do you mean no?
Why not?
2-1 filthy.
Sorry.
I'm not playing that stupid game.
Come on, man. Just let the
I'm
maybe
not.
you do it this year. Maybe the Dolphins' chances get better, you know?
I'm not
Yeah,
playing that
that's
stupid
true.
game.
That's true.
Schmiedman says, won't have to hear the Bills fans cry about the sun. True. On the other side of it, you know what that means? Old prove it game for Tua, because that probably means
Early.
December Buffalo game.
Yep.
Most likely. I don't know.
think that's-
Most likely, though.
You can't wait. You can't sign this extension in the middle of the season, can you? This Tua extension?
I
we're talking
don't know. I don't think so.
about? Okay.
I don't know what the window is on
'Cause
that.
I
I
was
think
saying-
can you? I think didn't Joe Burrow, I think he signed his like week 1.
Okay.
Trying to remember, but I don't think it was in the middle of the season, but he took it all the way up to the edge.
I'm thinking if you're the Miami Dolphins and if for some reason this is possible, maybe you wait until week 3.
Wow.
Oh, you know.
So no, so if
dangle,
he
dangle.
beats the Bills,
Yes.
it's like a money in the bank match.
Correct.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, God forbid. I want someone to earn their money. Don't you talk about this all the time with the servers? You're a great tipper, but you want them to earn
No.
their money.
But here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's why that's different.
Why?
It's extra. It's not for normal service. A tip is extra. And furthermore, the server does not work for me. They work for the restaurant. So anything I give is a bonus. So that would be the equivalent to the Dolphins paying Tua $30 million and the fans pitching in.
No.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
That's tipping.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
tipping is.
not
Tua
about
doesn't
that.
work for you. He works for the Dolphins.
Well, okay. In a restaurant, the restaurant doesn't really pay. So technically he works for each table.
Nope.
he's at.
Nope.
Service.
You are employed by that restaurant. Anything I give you is a bonus.
I think he sets the table well for his offense. A lot of weapons.
See what you did there.
Let's mix it up, huh?
Let's mix it on up.
The mixed bag is brought to you by Broward Health. Well into Frog Boy's future.
All right. Since we're talking about the Miami Dolphins, let's go ahead and make all Dolph fans around the country right now happy as they hear Patrick Paul.
Oh,
One of the selections for the Miami Dolphins.
Moose.
I'll tell you what.
He's big.
It's a giant.
This is what he had to say about his head coach, Mike McDaniel.
Honestly, look around. This place is beautiful. And if you ever talk to Coach McDaniels, he'll make you want to go through a brick wall. So just having a head coach like that it's what everyone wants.
Wow.
Look at that. What's crazy is he is an actual brick wall.
He is.
So to take a brick wall and put it through a brick wall,
If he actually wanted to take on a brick wall, I think I'd take Patrick Paul.
I'll definitely take him.
Paul Wall.
Oh, that's a point.
Let me see your grill.
And that's a -1 very quickly.
-1.
That was so fast.
What else you got in the mixed bag?
A little bit of immaturity, if I will. I want to make sure I know who's on this call because it sounds like Harlan, but I don't want to, Anyway,
What game was it?
This was the Mavericks.
I don't think Harlan was on the call last. I think it was Iron Eagle.
You know what? There you go. That sounds about right. I did recognize his voice, but it wasn't as Harlan-esque, but it also was still a good call. PJ Washington been really stepping up as like
Yes, he has.
performer.
Jeez.
Really doing well. This last game, Oklahoma was able to tie it 2-2, but it was not before PJ Washington put up a 3-point shot that didn't go as planned.
Doncic, hop step, fake, corner. Oh, a 3-point wedgie.
So
there's a guy
they got stuck.
Definitely got stuck there. Got stuck in between the rim and the backboard. But I just thought the way he emphatically yelled,
He was really into it.
Doncic, hop step, fake, corner. Oh, a 3-point wedgie.
Wow, dude, that's probably the most aggressive I've ever heard someone say wedgie.
It's like when it's like when a nerd is walking around the high school hallways and all of a sudden the bully gets up right behind him. He goes, "Oh, a 3-point wedgie!"
Speaking of Doncic, Luka yesterday on what the mindset is going into Game 5 after the series ends up being tied at 2-2.
Stay humble, stay ready. And it's the same as after Game 1. You get ready, see mistakes you make, and go on.
Smeathan, technically playoffs are extra games, boxed in. You also make more money for playoff games.
Do you?
Yes.
I thought you didn't get paid for playoff
No,
games.
you do.
You do?
Yes.
How much?
Every round that you go.
Like a bonus?
Yeah.
Does everybody make the same amount?
That comes from everybody makes the same amount.
Okay, but so this is separate. It's not like added.
Yeah,
or-
separate.
Okay.
So, but again, nice.
What?
Please do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Before you comment on stuff like that.
Is that me?
Why don't y'all know what the hell y'all talking about?
Oh, well, then I would never talk then.
Kendra Perkins says Luka has been, in all caps, horrible.
He has been
this entire postseason.
He's hurt
No,
though.
no.
Did you have you heard some of the things going on with him?
Nope.
He's got a bad ankle, bad knee, and bad back. All the things required to play basketball.
Still playing though. Pat Riley would love it. But Luka will.
He had a triple-double yesterday.
I mean, but that's overrated.
Okay, he had a double-double the game before, another double-double the game before. I mean, it's okay. I mean, the thing is, we hold him to such a high standard. Let's say this was Caleb Martin. We'd
He
be
also
like,
whines a lot, like
he
it's
does
like,
whine a lot. He does. He's a maverick.
I mean, he had a triple double, Marcos. He was 6 of 20.
Okay, but I
He had
mean,
18 points on 20 shots.
Klay Thompson gets that with no rebounds and assists, and everyone's like,
When's the last triple double Klay Thompson has had?
Has he?
I don't
Has
know.
he even recorded that?
Give us one more in the mixed bag.
Jalen Wright, another rookie for the Miami Dolphins,
Mhm.
although quoted as the cheetah and also quoted as being one of the fastest players on the team now. He says he's not looking to take Tyreek Hill's title.
First time I knew I was the fastest guy was probably when we was doing GPS numbers in the summer. Now, I mean, we all know we got Tyreek Hill. I mean, I'm not about to come in here and say I'm the fastest guy here. I mean, I know I'm fast, but we got a lot of elite guys here that's really fast. So, I mean, I'm just excited, I'm saying, happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you.
You like the humility by the rookie, or do you want him to say, I'm the fastest guy in the building?
Nah, I feel like I'm getting a little sick of that argument from everybody. Tyreek Hill's the fastest. Maybe Achan is close, and then we can stop the rest of the arguments. The rest of them are very fast, but they're not as fast as the Cheetah or Achan, and that's cool. That's fine. Everybody else can be really you know how fast he is?
Yeah.
Fast enough.
That's fair.
Uh-oh.
It's a fair assessment.
The real SDI. Leroy blaming injuries on bad play. A tradition unlike any other. Here's what I would say.
The Masters.
You know what athletes do when they hear crap like this?
What do they do?
They don't play when they have boo-boos. Right? I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I'm saying of all the guys on that team, he's still the best option, banged up and battered.
I appreciate
So
it.
I'm not going to hold it against
I think
him.
Pat Riley appreciates it. I think that's kind of
right.
his point.
That was his point. I'm not going to hold it against him, unlike everybody else who, have you seen Jalen Brunson, who can't jump, coming up short on every shot, right? And they're like, what are you going to say? Oh, he sucks. Not. He can barely walk. He limping, playing the whole basketball game limping.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to
Their
hold
team's
it.
dealing with injuries, huh?
Huh?
How are they?
What? No, I'm just, listen.
Okay.
All right.
So, yes.
They're out there, though.
There you go.
They're out there. So don't play.
That was a violin, by the way.
Like at what point? See, that's That's the whole thing. The whole problem I have with it is that you want a guy to suck it up and play. You realize he's banged up, and then you critique him like he's healthy. So what athletes do?
Is anybody critiquing Jalen Brunson like he's healthy though?
No, but they're doing to
Luka
Luka.
did. Luka got
Right. But here's what happens is these athletes see this and then they have a boo-boo and they don't play. And then you're pissed off that your favorite player or your guy's not helping doing whatever he can to help your team
He
win.
is out there, but I think Perkins' point is like he's not Luka.
He's not Luka.
But like Jalen Brunson has given you some pretty incredible performances, banged up or not banged up. He is.
Well, not after the first 2 games.
No, but even the last round.
Last round, but he just got hurt. He's just got hurt recently. And it's like catching up to him because they were even talking about how high he's jumping off the ground. He can't jump. So all of his shots are coming up short.
By the way, for everybody who is joining the chat, thank you. Who aren't normally here. Our radio, I'm guessing, is down right now. Yeah.
Still, huh? Yes.
Well, I know they were doing
still it
repairs
just
on it. So if you are wondering, no, we have not switched stations. It's going to get fixed, but they had to do
that. I agree with India roster.
Some python is wrapped around or something like that.
If Luka is hurt, then Kyrie needs to step up.
And Kyrie's been playing awesome.
He's been playing awesome. What about PJ Washington? Like, who? Exactly. Guy been lighting it up.
Take a break. Little cat talk coming up next. Welcome in, everybody. Let's get to some cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of your Florida Panthers. Leroy went to get food. He'll be back. Hey, Dan.
Hello.
Appreciate
Tobin.
you pinch hitting here in the midst of the show. I know you've been here early. You were here in the wee hours today, filling in on the Joe Rose show.
Yeah, it helps me cover that I actually live here.
How do you find living in the Citadel? Is it nice?
The air conditioning is sometimes too much, but other than that, it's fantastic.
It can blast in here. Although yesterday I did walk by one place and there was just leakage in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't raining yet.
I know that was a weird thing. Was it like an air conditioning duct had sprung a leak? What the hell was going on?
I don't know. Part of our problem is we have IT double as our air conditioner men.
Yeah,
that's unfair to IT.
Spreading them thin.
I'm not saying that it's IT's fault. I'm saying, yeah, they're spread a little thin. I don't know if that's their area of expertise. Just like if you or I were the air conditioning men. Be richer men if we were air conditioning men in South Florida, though.
Yeah, that's true. It's always you always got to cross your fingers and hope that you can get through another summer because it is getting brutal here early. Anyway, as far as the Cats are concerned, 7 o'clock is your puck drop tonight from Amerant Bank Arena. You, of course, can hear that right here on 560 WQAM as the Panthers look to close this out. Top hats and monocles for the Panthers as they go for the gentleman sweep and move on to an Eastern Conference Finals. On the other side of the bracket right now, things have gotten a little bit interesting as yesterday, 4 unanswered goals for the Carolina Hurricanes in the third period. So that is going to Raleigh as the Hurricanes beat the Rangers yesterday. So that is your hockey setup right now. But task at hand. And yes, Waddle Baby Waddle is right. They have ruled out Brad Marchand again tonight after the Sam Bennett, what some are calling a sucker punch. I just call poor timing by Brad Marchand. But whatever you want to say, he's not playing tonight. He is out yet again. So the Bruins are without their captain going into tonight's big game 5. Meanwhile, the Marlins lose yesterday to the Tigers. Anthony Maldonado served up a 2-run homer to somebody named Spencer Torkelson in the 8th inning. So if you caught that live line by the Fish, they scored 5 unanswered runs to take the lead. Some guy I had never heard of hit the 2-run homer, and I was like, who the hell is Otto? Yeah, and he apparently has had a great 2 weeks. I got to be honest with you. I've been a little checked out. Did you know, Dan? I didn't know if you saw this, but were you aware that there was a Marlins protest the other day outside the ballpark?
No, I was not aware of that.
There was a Marlins protest yesterday outside the ballpark, which was not very highly attended, much like the games.
Remember the last time they had a protest, they had about 3 people out there?
I went boots on the ground to that. Wow. I remember specifically I went to that protest that you're talking about right now, and it looks like they had about the same turnout for this protest. And look, I don't want to make fun of the people because look, they're about that action. They showed up, they trying to get their message across. They're not happy. This was sprung on Leroy apparently by the Luis Arráez trade.
Okay.
And they were not happy about it. They're like, what is this? You traded Arráez. What did you get for him?
I didn't know if it was a political protest or if it was a protest for just the overall garbage that the new brass the Marlins are giving us.
No, I think it is just they have a sign that says MLB take disciplinary action. One just says Sherman sell the team.
So we do know that
nobody wants to buy this team.
Jorge Mas, save us.
Here's the problem. You ready? How can you sell a team when the going argument is build a team and we'll come? And they say, I don't want to buy it because nobody will come. Like they're at a standstill.
Yeah, you need somebody to take the team. And I don't know who gets into business like this, but you need somebody to really not care about losing money for a little bit. That's what you need, that kind of a rich person.
Right. Exactly.
That's
because all these people that have bought these teams have all ended up in the same boat. They can't afford the money that everybody else can. They can't afford this.
This was the one that I went to back in the day. I like to call these heroes the Marlins 5, as they had their sign that said, "Loria, sell the team and leave town. Signed, the fans."
All 5 of them.
But they were heroes. They were heroes. Because you want to know something? Ultimately, they won. They just ended up with another broke-ass owner.
You got another, you got a new owner.
We got another broke-ass owner.
But again, okay, explain to me, how are the Miami Marlins a good investment? Based on what?
Oh, I can't.
Right.
I can't.
So
unless like you are just really into international baseball and you like the World Baseball Classic every few years.
Now here's the deal.
And a mediocre college bowl game.
I'm not going to blast the fans. You've been scarred.
Yep.
You've been scarred. Every time this team seems like they're going to go on a run, they get rid of everybody. Anybody who's had 1 ounce of talent has been traded.
Yep.
And it happens right at the worst possible time. So I get it. But I'm asking you, just from, I don't know the answer. Because guess what? You see what all these teams do with football. They try to invest as much money in it as they can because they know the value is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that with baseball. They did it with hockey, right? Hockey is the closest thing down here of a leap of faith. The owners of the hockey team have done the same. Is what you hope that somebody that buys the Marlins.
Well,
they did it right.
You need to
do it right first of all.
Yeah, you need to get some elite talent. You need to get guys you can groom, and then you can make those home run swings. Like they did get finally some slow growth, and they did turn it into a really awesome place to go. The atmosphere is insane.
There's a backstory.
We've never been able to do that with the Marlins. They've always pulled the plug after a year of trying.
There's a backstory to this that I don't know. And here's what I'm making a terrible assumption, but I could be pretty close to it. Kim Ang was building that. No? Why not?
Who are the prospects she's drafted? Who are the
No, but I'm just saying, like she was what, 2 years?
Yeah. But I can't say she was building that. I don't know.
Or attempting to.
Yeah, but I'm not positive she was
2 years. You can't. How are you going to fix this?
I'm not blaming Kim Ang.
How are you going to fix this in 2 years?
I don't know, but I'm saying, she did give Avi Garcia a lot of money. He stinks.
Okay. All right, then never mind. But I'm saying at some
made some
point,
great trades last year.
At some point, the organization is going to have to show patience.
Yeah, I would.
And you can't go in front of a TV and ask the fans to be patient if you haven't been patient with anybody.
Here's what I would give her credit. I would certainly not have taken what happened last year. Prospects or no prospects, because I don't know what Bendix is going to do with prospects either, or drafting or any of that stuff. But you rewarding her or going to her and saying, you know what, Kim, you need a boss. Great job this year. You made awesome trades and you got us to the playoffs, but we're not really sure. Like, I can understand why that was
right. But that's again, my whole point was instead of letting it build, you want to input.
Mm-hmm.
And that input
and I would have said that I would probably guess that, her being a Jeter influenced hire, like they just want all Jeter away. I think that's probably.
Like I said, I wouldn't be wrong with that. I wouldn't be mad at that. I get it. I can't say I wouldn't have a little bit of that petty in me myself.
Derek Jeter sucks.
That being said, like it always seems like every 3 years you're starting over.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely.
Right.
But honestly, they haven't even really started over. Like they've made a couple of moves that have given them, that gave them a nice little ride. I don't really count the pandemic season. That was ridiculous. 60 games.
They won. Everybody
they won like half their games with 7-inning doubleheaders.
Here's my question, and here's the issue I have with all this going on. Everybody wants to do what Houston has done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. I'll wait the 3 years of 100 losses.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
But here's the problem. When those guys become due and you have to pay them, you never keep anybody. So So you want to go through this rebuild, but when the Bills do to go on a run, you never pay these guys. You always trade them.
Yeah, and anybody that they've had worth trading recently, I'm like, what did you get for this guy?
Right.
Like,
And that's my point though. If once, like, for example, Chris Yelich, keep him. He wasn't making a lot of money. Right? He was certainly making less money than some of the guys you paid.
Yeah.
Right? That stuff like that. Like, I'm not mad at the process. I'm more annoyed by I'm more annoyed at the decisions that they've made to go through this process because, again, we talk about the guys that are gone and you got nothing in return.
Mhm.
We talk about the guys that you've paid when you could have paid the guys you had, right? And where would this team be if you at least just kept the young talent that you had and they were in their 7th and 8th year?
Mostly, I'm just disappointed that you guys didn't tell us that there was going to be a protest because I would have loved to have been out there to cover it. This guy just puts out a tweet. He got like 20 retweets. If you have 20 retweets, that means like 5 people are showing up. We could have gotten some coverage on this puppy.
I'd been there.
Yeah, I needed to scope this out. I was at the last one.
You and the other 7 guys?
Those guys are heroes in my mind. They tried.
Every revolution starts with just a spark.
Exactly, Dan Day. Exactly.
Right.
We'll take a quick break. Somebody's up to their old tricks, and I'm not talking about the Marlins. I'll tell you about that next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Oh, hello, Jennifer. Oh, hey, Scooby.
Hello.
Michael Gonzalez is chiming in, says the radio channel is down. I know, dude. It'll be back. Don't worry. It'll be back probably about like 2:30, I think, is when it's going to be back. Maybe 2. We'll see. They just got out there.
Jennifer.
Fixing pythons, so.
Guess what we eating?
Burgers.
Nope.
No.
Guess.
You're really going to make her guess of all the foods in the world?
Tacos. And guess who
You don't
said
like
no?
tacos.
I was trying it out because Tobin said, ooh, tacos.
That's not what I said. I didn't say ooh tacos. I would never say
He
that.
said, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
Wait, so from where?
But he said, I don't know. He said, too much action on the tacos.
Too much action on the tacos, which is why you say you don't like
Never
tacos.
enough. Never enough.
That's what's up with Scooby? What is he? All right? What's going on with him?
I think someone's knocking on my door. That's why.
But he but Leroy is a big fraud because once again, just like he did with coffee, just like he did with Game of Thrones, now he's a taco guy. He loves
I'm not a
tacos.
taco guy.
You're a taco guy.
The reason why I don't like tacos. Why did I say I don't like tacos?
They're
Too messy.
messy.
Very messy.
Mm-hmm.
Very messy. In fact, this is why people eat hard tacos over soft tacos. Hard tacos, you can keep everything in its home.
I don't like. Nobody likes hard tacos.
Absolutely not true. I feel like that's even more messier.
Yeah, 'cause you
Really?
you have the crunch fall apart. Yeah, it's a complete disaster.
What about it? Tell you what I just did.
Hmm?
I went in for one and grabbed the 2 wrong sides of 2 tacos and lifted it up and got bread and meat everywhere.
That's what I was saying. Their little
Rookie
whole,
mistake.
Their whole setup was a little bit wonky. It was weird.
Well, when I showed you the picture,
Well, that's not the picture you showed me. Though.
yeah, that's what I thought I was getting.
That's not the picture you showed me. Dan, did you like the tacos?
Yeah, of course I love the tacos. They were great. They were messy as hell. I'm gonna have to take a bath tonight 3 times, but
SDI. I'm getting ready to say, I think he ought to just keep his mouth quiet.
Because
He comments on everything. Real tacos aren't messy. American tacos are.
what?
Okay.
I don't know what to say about that. Somebody's up to their old tricks, and I kind of respect it, to be honest with you. Now, this could be something. It could be nothing. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what to make of it. But I do know that once the NBA offseason hits, this man gets in his bag. I wish he would be more active on the court. But when it comes to the offseason,
You got to be talking about only one person. Let me guess. Tyler.
Yup. Tyler Herro yesterday on social media. JFig, do you have this post from Tyler? Because yesterday on Instagram, he posts very cryptically an Instagram text message to everybody that lets everybody know, be careful what you wish for.
Oh, I replied to him.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Like you went on Instagram and
No,
you replied?
I replied to us.
Oh.
When you showed it.
Oh.
I would like to share with you what I replied. Because, again, I feel that I speak for the people in this one.
I was gonna say this is kind of like a de facto way of replying to Tyler Herro. You're putting it out there in the
he's
world.
just putting it out in the ether right now. Tyler Herro, who, look, this guy, he takes the off season, and I don't know what he's talking about. Some people are saying, "Oh, it was about an album, maybe," but he put up that album. He put up that album an hour later.
They say, be careful what you wish for. Oh, wish he had come back with some buckets. That's what I wish for. Very fair assessment.
You don't have to like go back like an audit. You can just say the takes right now, fresh for everybody.
I wanted to, but
I
the thing
understand.
is that I wasn't sure
Mhm.
because that was a long time ago and I'm old.
It was yesterday.
That don't mean I remember it word for word.
It's not even
Sometimes-
24 hours ago.
That was the heat of the moment.
You were heated about this.
I was, yeah. Like, be careful what we wish for.
You wanted to put a
We
thumb-
wanted you to not go 5 for 25.
Put your thumbs away.
That's it.
That's what you want to say?
Yeah, that's it. What are we wishing for? Is it, people want you traded again? If you would have went 12 for 25.
Yeah, nobody wants us to have this argument every
Right.
summer. I don't want to keep going back to the well
thing.
here.
Here's the thing. Okay? Be careful what you wish for. You say that as if nobody should have a problem with what happened last year.
Right.
Like none at all. And so when you get to this point and you're watching a lot of basketball that doesn't involve your team, everybody has a plan or a solution. And that solution is always get rid of the guy who played poorly. Right? We do it in every sport. Nobody cares about the damn comeback. We want to win now. That's the nature of fandom. So, I would say to be careful with what you wish for. That's why I replied, right? I didn't reply. Oh, I wish you weren't here. Or wish I said no. I wish you had scored a few more buckets.
Definitely.
I kind of wish you had replied
all
on
we
his
were
actual
doing,
post.
all we were doing was setting it up for Tyler Herro to come back. And he came back. And now we got to do it all over again next year.
Maybe.
See, that's you.
Maybe.
Listen. Hold on. Be careful what you wish for.
Well, I got to be honest with you. For me, there's part of me that respects it about Tyler because he does this every summer.
And he's oblivious to why people feel
I don't
this
think
way.
that he is oblivious. I think that he knows this is going to get people riled up.
Okay.
Even if he's not talking about basketball, which maybe he's not. I don't know. But that's the point, is he can throw out there, oh, I was just talking about an album. I was just
Dave
doing
South
this.
just said that. There's an 80% chance that post has nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah, but
well, you know what?
But
don't do it anywhere close to basketball because the way you played, people are going to take it that way.
Here's the thing, though, Dave South. There's 100% chance that Tyler Herro knows that people are going to think it's about basketball.
Right.
And that's the thing with Tyler.
Right.
He's not aloof to this. Like, we've talked to him about this. He knows the social media game. He's not an old person. He's a young person. But this I almost found even more interesting. How about this? So I did some deep diving. I was boots on the gram and boots on the X.
Another off season, another Tyler bashing season. Well, listen. I don't feel bad for Tyler. Tyler had an opportunity to go out there.
He'd have done nothing wrong by Tyler Herro.
Right.
Other than what? Want to trade him for Damian Lillard?
Or
Kevin Durant?
Try to make him a starter, and he's not a starter.
Well, I mean, but they have made him a starter.
And again, they did what Tyler wanted and not maybe what was best for the team.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He's not a point guard. Shouldn't be playing point guard.
Well, he was only playing point guard because Terry Rozier was hurt.
Okay.
That's a big reason why.
Bash him on the radio, but all giggles to his face. That's not true. What I am saying here is no disrespect to Tyler, but it is a fact. Like, however you want to take that, whether it was basketball related or not, I'm like, I wish you had played better at the end of the year.
I actually don't think he's going. I part of me feels like this is going to be one of the quieter summers for him out of anything because I don't think his value is very high right now.
Nobody wants him.
Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be a very busy summer for Tyler Herro because I think that if the Heat are going to be in any trade talks, he's not going to be in the top two that they're going to ask for.
It's going to talk about Yovi and Jaime, which is
like that's going to be where they're at.
They've been here for 12 seconds.
And even you could probably say Terry Rozier might have more value to Tyler than Tyler.
They've been here for 12 seconds, and their value is already.
Yeah, well, they don't have $130 million attached to their name. That's what happens.
Yeah, but it makes it easier to trade if you're getting somebody with that value, right? You're not going to just get somebody with the same value as
You mean matching salaries?
Right,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
I get you, but also like you want to make sure that whatever you're paying that money for, like that guy's going to be worth the money. But no, like whatever it is, and maybe Dade Sav is right. It has 80% that it has no bearing on basketball. Maybe it doesn't, but the kid 100% knows when he posts that it is going to be taken that way.
Right.
And that's fine. I mean, post whatever you want. Like he is entitled to do on his social media what he wants to do.
Right.
I actually don't think that this is, but I don't think this is going to be one of those things where if he feels he's going to be in a summer full of trade rumors again,
It's not going to be as bad as it was last year.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. I really don't. But I was boots on the gram. Okay.
I think if they even mention his name in a trade, they get hung up
on.
Yes.
Maybe. Depends.
Yes.
If it's for like a real player, yeah. I mean, maybe if somebody wants to take him on for a draft pick or something like that, it's possible. But he did have this like on his social media. Tell me what you think of this. So you know DeJounte Murray?
Yep.
He tweeted out, NBA off season bouts to be crazy. LOL. Sneaky googly eyes emoji. Sweating smiling emoji. Popcorn emoji. But he liked that tweet. What do you make of that?
You want my honest opinion?
Yes, I do.
This is one of those moments when you think you're in a certain place and you're not. The action's going to be around you. You won't be in the action.
So you don't think that he's just I don't really understand what you're saying.
I'm saying
like he's not part of the mix.
If he's like he could co-sign that and he could agree with it, but it's not going to involve him because he basically played himself out of a trade.
Maybe he wants DeJounte Murray on the Heat. Maybe.
They do have the number 1 overall pick. The Atlanta Hawks.
And they were trying to trade him last year.
Making room.
They're going to trade one of those guys. They're going to trade Trae or they're going to trade DeJounte. You don't want Trae. I know you don't want Trae. But I'm telling you, they're going to trade one of those guys.
Here's what I would like. Here's what I would like. And I'm just looking at basketball that's being played nowadays. Or the teams that are left. The Heat were already small. I don't want them to go out and get smaller. Right? I don't care who it is.
Okay.
I don't want to have a garden gnome.
But do the Heat need a point guard?
Yes.
Do they need a scorer?
Yes.
Trae Young can score, and he's led the league in assists some years.
He does. I mean, he makes a point.
Yes.
Range.
Garden gnome.
But a bucket getter.
Garden gnome.
But we're always saying,
wait, for a defensive team, he's going to get abused.
But they can't be. But you don't think Spo's got to learn a little bit? To Dan's point, you don't think he needs a little bit of juice offensively? Like Spo's gonna get the best out of a team defensively.
I do think so.
Especially if it's a team with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo.
Leroy was the 7'4" guy who runs like Bigfoot. Wait a minute. Wait. And to your point, you want to bring in a guy who you made fun of for yelling pineapple last year.
I could be talked into anything this summer. I'll have a talk about anything this summer.
Even pineapple?
The only thing I'm not doing this summer is trading Bam Adebayo. Everything else, you could sit Tobin down and be like, hey, let's have a talk about this. I'm not going to laugh in your face.
Trae Young?
I'll have a conversation about it.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be the biggest 360 you've ever had.
No way.
Oh, it'd be 180.
No.
180.
No.
180.
It'd be 180.
Yeah, because I wouldn't spin the whole way around.
Yeah. Dude, you've changed your mind on a lot of things. This would be the worst.
I don't think Trae Young is like one of my most disliked players.
You went off for the first hour of a show about what Caleb Martin did to him.
Gabe Vincent, too.
Gabe Vincent. Right?
Yeah.
You use some of your good stuff.
Nah, I feel like
talk about that.
I would feel like more of a fraud if I was like wailing for Joel Embiid than I would for Trae Young.
If they said Joel Embiid was coming here, you would roll out the red carpet.
I'd have to have a talk with myself.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
No,
I'm not a
no,
fan.
you wouldn't.
I'm not a fan.
No,
How would that conversation go?
It would be like you're not going to be proud rooting for this guy next year. I mean, you're going to do it because but I'm going to have to psych myself up about it, JFig. Not going to happen anyway. I mean,
wait a minute. Him and Jimmy are best friends. We need a true number 5.
How many guys? Can I ask you this
team
though?
Defense with lesser players than Trae Young.
Can I ask you this though? How many best friends does Jimmy have? I mean, really? I mean, Kyle Lowry was his best friend. Joel Embiid's his best friend. Neymar's his best friend.
Carlos Alcaraz.
If you ask me,
can Neymar play the point?
If you ask me, Jimmy Butler's a bit of a BFF slut. He's that.
No.
What?
No.
He is.
No. You go keep talking.
I'm just saying. I love him.
We got to go in that book. No, you can't just turn around and say I love him.
I do love him.
No.
Everybody's my best friend.
Can he have a best friend that can score buckets?
I mean, it's got to be better than what Kyle did. Mr. Triple Fives.
Triple single. That might be the greatest. That might Chuck said some whoppers, but when he called somebody, all right, triple single.
Take a break. Back after this. Now, welcome back. PK Subban. What is he wearing?
A robe.
Yeah, he's got a robe on. Is he down here?
A robe. No.
Where-
Oh, no. They do it from headquarters.
It's on ESPN tonight, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Those TNT
Hey.
guys, those TNT guys turned me off last broadcast.
Jennifer,
The way they spoke to our boy Sam Bennett.
what's that cheese they put on top of the taco? It's not
I mean, you haven't told me which place you went to,
Can
so
you
it could
pot
be
up,
many cheeses.
the computer there, Dan Day, so we could hear JFig.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Thank you, Leroy. I love that.
Are you losing a fight to that thing?
No, what is it called?
You haven't told me where you went, so I don't know. It could be any cheese.
No, I'm talking about like the white
You
cheese,
can also
but
just
it's
Google it.
It kind of looks
Figgy,
like
so.
No,
it
no.
kind of looks like Parmesan, but it's not. That they throw on they'll throw on a taco. It's
Queso
not
blanco.
Yeah, it's.
I don't think it is queso blanco. I feel like it
It's
has
this.
a different. Cotija? Is that what it is? I think SDI is right. Yeah, that's what I'm. That's what
Is
I'm
he
thinking of.
Cuban?
Yes.
No, isn't he Mexican actually?
Yeah, one of those. Ladies' man is what he is. Mexican parents.
Mexican.
There you go.
parents.
Yeah.
Is that
Um,
why you're critiquing my tacos?
didn't you critique him for putting ketchup
Yes.
on a Cuban sandwich?
He put ketchup on a Cuban sandwich. That is a big no-no.
I don't hate it. Do whatever you want with your sandwiches. And by the way, hey, do me a favor, Frog Boy. Keep your YouTube
Right.
comments to yourself.
Right? Isn't that crazy? He's not at work, and he's commenting.
If you're gonna
Minus
do
one
that-
to him.
If you're gonna do
Where
that,
is
do it on the show group text like a real person on vacation. That's what you're supposed to do.
Tobin has the ultimate baby palate.
He does.
One
Wait.
vegetable in his food and he doesn't eat. What
Oh
happened?
my god! Oh my
I had
god!
to
He,
dissect
he
it.
almost.
It was
He's
a-
like,
I really don't like
that,
that.
there's an onion on.
I
it."
really don't like. I do not like the texture of onions. I
Me-
don't. I don't.
No,
Are you
here's the deal.
serious?
Here's
One
the
of
deal.
those things I can't do.
I don't like onions either.
Baby palate for real.
But the pickled onions on a taco are delicious.
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 Dade South says, "Look who's the off-day police now." Yeah, but in fairness, it's a half-day police. He's just like, "Oh, I gotta go, improv emergency." I was like, "All right, dude.
No such thing as an emergency.
What have
there.
you run out of knock-knock jokes? Like, what are they? What is an improv emergency?"
Anyway.
But
Did you like the taco?
the point was, they were tasty. They were tasty. After I
Okay,
got all
but
the
how
disgusting
was
names.
it?
Well,
Like
he-
a
look.
hard shell or was it a corn?
Soft shell.
Soft
It was soft shell.
corn?
corn? No.
Yeah,
yes.
like the tortilla was made of corn.
It's corn.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess corn.
Okay,
I don't know.
good,
Wait,
good.
Tortilla was made out of corn.
The
Yeah.
wheat is a lot softer. This was more of the hard soft. So it's corn.
It was good though.
Yeah,
It was enjoyable.
like it was a lot.
I won't
Listen,
judge you that much now.
here, JFig. Here's
Yeah.
what happened. I saw the picture of the tacos. I showed it to Tobin. I showed it to I showed it
Frog
to
Boy.
Dan, right? Showed it to Frog Boy. He says, "Ooh, that looks good." They had the tacos with just the meat, nothing on them.
right.
And then when they came, they had everything on them.
It was like a surprise party. Everybody was there.
Right.
Wasn't
So
expecting
they had
it.
all the stuff on them. So I just said, all right, well, I mean, and then first of all,
Wait, what was on it?
the standard stuff.
Tomatoes, onions, queso.
They had stuff on different, like the tomatoes were only on the seafood one, on the shrimp one,
Okay.
and then on
There was-
the steak one, which was the best one,
Got it.
and they had chicken.
parsley.
Yeah. And so-
Parsley? I'm pretty sure it was possibly
Cilantro.
cilantro. Okay.
Cilantro. It's all.
And
it's all the
so
same
We're
to me.
quibbling over.
and so wait,
toppings.
and so then
I don't quibble over. I mean, I will quibble over tacos actually.
he
They're not
opens
that
up the
religious of an
box.
experience.
And he acted as if though there was a snake in the box. And I'm out.
I'm out.
Lettuce, tomato,
It's the onions.
onion.
Onions
You
are terrible.
child.
Yes.
Child.
But guess what? He had one.
Yeah.
After like
After dissecting,
he almost had to like call
bringing a scalpel,
bringing a scalpel. He was dissect
fine
like,
tooth comb. That's what a fine tooth comb does. But then, pretty good. Pretty good.
They were good. Not bad.
But next time, I mean, stick to your pictures.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know I had to pick none of that
everything.
stuff because I would have just got like cheese.
Hmm.
Right? Cheese.
We'll take a quick break. Final hour of the show coming on up. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, Leroy, can we get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
All right. Here we go. First of all, in case any of you haven't noticed, it's hot as hell.
Yep.
Right? So let's even get to that. It's cloudy with kind of like this foggy, like just heat. So it's not as humid as it normally is, but it's pretty hot. I'm guessing it's got to be around 90 degrees at this point. Holy smokes.
Soupy.
Clouds are coming in out of the east, right? Because I'm looking. And the winds have got to be around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Not really that bad. It is mostly sunny over here, but I see some clouds coming in. So you got the chance for a straight shower because it's just that time of year. But other than that, not a bad day other than the heat.
Yeah, super. Dan, have you see? Is he close on the weather? Has he nailed it again?
He's right on.
Man, spot on once again. He's a golfer, ladies and gentlemen. He's a golfer. Let's get to our headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
By the way, speaking of golf, Rory McIlroy. It is.
It figured. You know what? The dude just won a tournament for the 4th time, and your contribution to it is, hey, Rory filed for divorce.
It's the top headline on TMZ right now.
But here's the kicker. I just seen him smooching his wife at the golf tournament Sunday.
I know. Well,
was it fake? Something happened between.
They could have put some. I don't know if something happened. Well, I don't think you can file a divorce in 4 days. I don't think it works like that.
You get caught up in the moment, you know.
You're
excited. She's excited.
Yeah, they actually have the picture. It says "Happier Times," and it's a picture of them smooching. But it's
it was this Sunday. I saw it.
Rory McIlroy and his wife Erica are headed for Splitsville. Gotta love TMZ's writing. TMZ Sports has learned that the PGA Star has filed for divorce. Court records show that the 35-year-old golfer submitted the documents in Florida on Monday.
Monday.
Some 7 years
after the smooch.
Some 7 years after the couple first tied the knot.
She had no idea.
Reasons for the breakup were not made immediately available. We reached out to McIlroy's attorney for comment. So far, no word back.
So she went to watch him win his 26 golf tournament, gave him a smooch, and then he went straight from the golf tournament to the courthouse.
Yep.
Wow. I wonder what happened.
Interesting.
Because they got a young one. They got a baby is what? 1, 2? Yeah.
Not sure. Everybody's saying that she's the lady that he had after the
Carolyn
Wozniacki.
Yeah.
They called it because they were engaged.
Yeah.
Tell you what, this Rory McIlroy not winning majors and now failing at major relationships.
Everybody fails.
-1.
Everybody. Sun's out, guns out.
He ain't gonna win this week, dude.
Huh, JFig? What are you looking behind you for?
Yeah. Call Rory McIlroy the cropper.
Yeah, but
-1.
It's gonna cost him a lot more. It's gonna cost him a lot more money.
This could be what's working. Sorry.
You can't just crop a wife away.
The couple has one child together. Poppy Kennedy McIlroy. If you wanted to get any more Irish.
Celtic, yeah.
Poppy
Kennedy McIlroy. Yep. Rest of our headlines.
Well, I can't say nothing about names. Leroy.
Kirk Cousins. He did an interview with Bussin With The Boys.
And he's not walking with a limp?
I don't know.
If I say this, you would say they have to be the dumbest team in the history of football, right? They paid $180 million to a quarterback who just tore his Achilles and he's 37, right?
It's risky.
And then drafted another quarterback with the Was it
Eighth.
8th pick?
Yeah.
Now, some would say, including Leroy, why spend $180 million if you're just going to draft a quarterback anyway?
It's very odd. I think that's why everybody looks at it and thinks this is strange. But he said,
Leroy, I can tell you why. You want to know why?
Because he ain't ready.
Because they're the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes. Well, look, listen.
You guys are
Dan,
being petty.
Dan, you know damn well I don't feel bad for him. I'm just saying that's why.
Or the Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta is Atlanta.
You guys are doing the New Orleans thing.
Yes.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Oh, like you wouldn't for Boston?
Hard to say.
Oh, my God. I hate when you do that.
Marchand, oh, I'm sorry. Marchand, I run into his fist. Anyway, he said when asked by the Bussin With The Boys podcast if there were any hard feelings, quote, I don't think there can be. I don't think it's helpful. We're trying to win a Super Bowl, and it's hard enough. It's hard enough. Let's all be
want
on
me to
this,
answer that?
Let's all be on the same page and go win the Super Bowl.
Want me to answer that? Ask me to. I'll be Kirk Cousins.
Hey, Kirk, so I imagine it had to be surprising when you saw Michael Penix was taken number 8 overall after signing your deal. Any beef with the Falcons? Any hard feelings with the Falcons?
Well, one word. Guarantee. that changes a lot of attitudes, right? So he's gonna be getting paid like 50 million, 60 million, and he'll be 40.
I mean, that does help. The money does help.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But I think he went there probably thinking to himself, I'm gonna be.
He's still limping.
Well, is he ever not gonna be limping? I don't know.
I mean, no,
It's a lot of money. I would have thought like 1 year deal. You give him a fat 1 year deal, he would have signed
gonna
with you.
leave for 1 year.
Not?
He ain't gonna
Stay in Minnesota?
Yeah. For 1 year?
Seems crazy to me.
Minnesota got a better team.
It's gonna be what, 39 at the end of this deal?
That's if he already turned. No, he'll be 36 in August. So yeah, 39.
That's wild, man. Woof. Meanwhile, some schedule trickling out. We will have the entire thing tomorrow, but the Dolphins are gonna have their first Thursday night football game, week 2, hosting the Buffalo Bills.
Man, go back to back 4 days rest the first week of the season.
Right away, dude. Right away. Meanwhile, the Jets, we learned they are going to open up Monday Night Football, week 1, visiting the San Francisco 49ers.
Ooh, that last year that worked out so well for them.
Yeah, it was a bad, look, they're going to try and do a rollback, and we're going to get nothing but Jets once again. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers can actually play in these games.
Trying to think, does everybody get a Monday night or Thursday night, or do they get 2 Thursday?
Not everybody gets Monday night. I think everybody gets
2 Thursdays.
You get a Thursday. Everybody gets a Thursday.
I know everybody got 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, because then there's 2 teams that you don't never have to worry about playing Thursday.
All I know is we got subjected to a lot of Broncos 2 years ago, and it was awful because the Broncos were.
You know who's up? Who's up this year?
Who?
It's either going to be Chicago or the Jets.
Well, yeah, they're definitely going to give us a ton of Jets games.
You'll get a lot of Texans games,
Texans
too.
games, yeah.
Probably. Well, they're going to give you a lot of Texans games because, I mean, 1, the kid's really good. And 2, they probably overlooked them last year.
Minnesota Timberwolves center and fraud 4-time defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert. He was fined $75,000 for making the money gesture at an official during game 4. That's lashing out.
Wait. 75 grand?
Yep.
The other one was doing bean bag toss?
He got 100 grand.
So 25 more grand to throw something.
Yep.
That sounds like a good deal.
Good deal.
Get your money's worth.
So you're saying next time Rudy Gobert, you're saying he should have thrown something at the referee.
Yeah. Should have did this and threw something. It only cost you 25 grand.
Interesting.
I'm a sucker for a good deal. Like, I want to maximize my money.
Apparently
wait, the number 1 pick is Australian. Number 2 pick, France.
Mm-hmm.
Serbia. Ooh.
Bro, you're doing the thing again.
What?
Or you're just looking at the TV and saying random things.
I was looking at the mock draft.
Yeah, but you just said the number 1 player. You didn't even say his name.
I did. I said Sar.
I'm telling you right now, I'm being
This is the worst draft, and I can't recognize any of these players.
I think that the Heat should take a flyer on Bronny. Telling you.
I want the big guy.
Edie?
He's never going to play.
Zach Edey.
He's never going to play.
Spo's never going to play him.
Well,
Just put him in the paint and
Bam,
beat
Spo's
him.
never going to play
Bam can
him.
play the 4 now, and you have a true number 5
He's
in there.
never going
I
to
said
play him. You guys have, it's like you guys have just rolled out of bed watching Eric Spoelstra. He's never going to play that guy. All right? And I'm not going to get tricked into 15 seconds of combine threes unless they're by Bronny. Because let me tell you,
You know,
something.
in basketball, you get a running start
What do you mean?
to do your vertical.
I didn't know that. No.
In
Yeah,
football,
I saw
you
that.
don't.
They
I
don't
saw
do
it.
standing vert.
They don't do standing.
I was wondering why Bronny was getting to take steps for his
Yeah.
vertical.
No, that's
Why
how
would
they
he-
do it.
Why would he do
That's not a
Yeah,
vertical.
but why would he do a standing vertical? He's going to be running.
Why
down the
would I
field.
do a standing vertical, Tobin?
You got to catch a ball. I saw Tyreek Hill. on
When
some
was the
high
last
throws.
time I stood in the back of the end zone and said, throw one up?
You
to
caught that one that was like on where you caught it on your back?
I was on the ground. No vertical. Zero. Zero vertical.
Your vertical was
You
not.
know what the vertical is for? Not with that,
Hmm.
but you know why they use it in football?
Hmm.
Explosiveness.
There you go.
Test explosive.
You know his great explosiveness? Chop Robinson. Explosive. You know what they say? Great get off.
Dude, in about 2 seconds, Dan gonna have to come and get me off of you. Cause enough of this. You like wait, he just turns on the TV on the football station just to find little quotes that he could come back and use during the show to say so people think he know football.
There we go. With the 15th pick. the Miami
He's
Heat
98th on ESPN best available list.
What do they know?
That's like that would be round 5.
Did anybody have Duncan Robinson on their best available list? No. Greatest 3-point shooter in Heat history.
Okay.
You know, what does that? What do those lists mean to me? If Adam Simon says it's good enough, that's all I need. All right.
There was a time when Kwame Brown was rated the number 1 player in the draft.
You know who's 41st pick? You ever heard of him? 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic. What do these people know? And Bronny had a heart condition. You know, like wasn't able to show his best self this year. Now I understand how that could be in the column for not drafting him.
You feel like for everyone you give,
I can understand that, but still,
Hank Gathers, Reggie Lewis.
You got to have a nice flux of intangibles.
Of course. But Edey, I'm telling you, dude, I'm not gonna get tricked by that because I once watched Orlando Robinson shoot threes. And I'm like, this guy's the greatest player I've ever seen in my life.
Orlando Robinson.
Oh, he could shoot the lights out, dude. They
can shoot with nobody guarding.
But that's what they were showing with this Edey yesterday on Twitter. I'm like, not buying into it.
I don't buy it.
Orlando Robinson tricked me the same thing. The guy can't even find a rebound to save his life.
Edey can rebound.
I would hope so. He's 7'4".
He had big numbers in big games, and he's college tested, kind of like Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Yeah, I know,
Big
but
game
Jaime's
tested.
cool. He has footwork, a little burst to him.
Name me a 7'4" cool person.
Maybe. Well, if he was 7 foot, Wemby's cool. You don't think Wemby's cool?
It's a windsock.
He's cool though, dude.
No, he's not.
Oh, come on, he's cool.
You're the worst. Like Wemby's cool.
Take a break.
Really, he would have to take a knee to give you dap.
Take a break. We'll play a little Damage is Done, my friend. Next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Taking you up until 2 here on the program. Get to our favorite Tuesday game here. Switched up the schedule a little bit, but still got to get to the damage is done, my friend. Go around the room, say where the damage has been done. I think you guys get it by now, huh? I think you guys get it by now. Oh, hello, Leroy. Where'd you go? Oh, it is a long walk. You didn't use the host one? It was a Acabado? What? What's wrong? You can't give it a just for a drive-by?
No.
No trust.
It makes me nervous.
I understand.
Like, I can't concentrate when you always have the feeling that some jackass is just gonna bust the door down.
Wild.
I agree with you.
Here's my damage is done. Mike Tyson.
Oh no.
What?
What's wrong with, I thought he had a comeback and everything.
Oh, okay. No. Well, no, he's fighting Jake Paul coming up in July. They're going to be doing 2-minute rounds. And Mike Tyson said yesterday, that's because I want to encourage the action in this fight. And I just got to say,
stop lying.
You're 58. Like, this is crazy that they're allowing this man to step into the ring with Jake Paul. I really don't want, like,
I think Tyson wins.
I want everybody to realize I want Mike Tyson to win too. He looked good the last time he fought Roy Jones. That was 4 years ago, and that even seemed unreasonable that he was fighting.
Roy Jones.
I don't know. I don't think he wants to win.
Roy Jones showed up for a check. He had a newspaper and a cigarette.
Yeah, Roy Jones was not there for action. I think Jake Paul is coming for action. Now, I don't think Jake Paul's good. I've seen him lose to Tommy Fury.
But Jake Paul gonna go in that fight thinking I can beat the heavyweight champion.
I don't want to see a situation where Jake Paul hurts an old man. I really don't, because we're all gonna think that this is gonna be a bad idea.
Hold on.
What?
You think Jake Paul could hurt Tyson?
I've seen him knock out Tyron Woodley. I've seen it. He's knocked down Anderson Silva.
Really?
I don't want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out by Jake Paul.
Anderson Silva and Tyson are not in the same.
What do you mean they're not the same?
They're not the same.
What do you mean they're not the same?
One's an MMA fighter and one's a boxer.
One was the most dangerous MMA striker of all time.
Yeah, but he can't kick.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, dude. I saw him. I saw him one time knock out Tito Ortiz. You want to know who I also saw fight that night? 60-year-old Evander Holyfield against Vitor Belfort, and it was a really bad idea
for everybody involved.
For everybody involved, and so I look. And Tyson's already telling you, he goes, Ariel Helwani thought that he was trolling yesterday when Tyson's like, yeah, my body doesn't feel good. He goes, it doesn't. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, why are you doing this, Mike? And I know the answer is because he wants a lot of money. But like, I feel like Mike Tyson's nestled in here with the podcast, the weed. He's making some good dough. I don't want to see him get hurt. But the damage is done. I guess they've already had the fight. It's picked,
Oh, who cares? Damage is done, my friend.
What do you got, Leroy?
So my damage is done is, ironically, I was at Publix, right? And I'm going to get my favorite beverages. I go down the aisle, get my beverages. It's a little extra hot, so I've been getting my electrolytes and Gatorades and power and all that stuff, because I got to store it when I go in my pool, right? Come around the corner, I got hit by a scooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
The lady goes, oh, did I get you? I'm like, did you get me? I said, you notice right? I said, ma'am, you notice we're stopped, right?
Was she flying?
As fast as it would go. Like, they don't like enough with these things in the grocery store.
Was it a store issued one or her own?
No, it was her own.
Oh, custom speed.
I don't know, dude.
Those have more speed.
Could you hear it coming?
No, it was electric. They're not made of.
Did it get your ankle?
No, my shin and my knee.
Did I get
right?
you?
I'm like, ma'am. Ow. I'm so sorry. Too late. You can't say, oh, did I get you? And oh, I'm so sorry. What did you think was stuck to into your basket. A big ass black man.
Did she call you?
That you hit. Oh no, she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, dear."
I'm sorry.
I'm like, that's what I said. Damn it, no. Ow. I'm like, can I get you a piece of Melba toast to make you feel better? No. It hurt so bad. You can't yell.
Nope.
You can't yell in the store. But I got ran over. I've been hit more times with those little go-karts. I call them go-karts because ain't nobody paying attention that's driving them. You're supposed to jump out of the way. Terrible.
JFig, what damage is done for you?
Well, guys, this damage, not even Beyonce could have helped.
Oh, man.
Red Lobster unexpectedly closed 87 restaurants across the country.
Wow.
And
Can
are
I tell ya?
considered. What's up?
We saw it coming.
Look, no disrespect. If Red Lobster wants to sponsor, cool. But I'm just gonna say this. I went to a Red Lobster the other day because Sophie wanted to go. My daughter. Awful.
Awful? What'd you order?
It's Red Lobster, and they use big shrimp. For lobster.
I got.
You know what? You cannot go wrong with those biscuits. I'm sorry.
That's right. If you're a seafood place, your biscuits shouldn't be the best thing on the menu.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Especially
I
when
disagree.
Wait,
I disagree.
Especially when you have nature's food, right? It's not like you go to an Italian restaurant, you have to season a meatball. You have to season this. You have to fry your calamari with a certain breading to be unique to your restaurant, right? The world has made your food source. How can you screw it up?
Incredible. So are you gonna miss it? You seem like a Red Lobster person. You love Red Lobster?
Me? I mean, I haven't really gone in several years, but
They don't have any in Kendall.
Imagine
they
if a guy
do.
took you
They
out to
do.
date. What if a guy took you out on a first date to a Red Lobster?
We've had the discussion before, and I think the thought counts.
Red Lobster.
The thought counts.
That's a thought.
counts,
Yeah, that's
but,
a thought. It does count. Don't ever date him again.
I mean, but that's kind of like a.
Wait, what about? I remember.
You hit a certain age where you can't. Like, I took my wife. My first date with her was at Chili's. I was 19. Like, you hit a certain age. A Red Lobster.
I went to Olive Garden, but that was in college.
Yeah.
I'm in college.
But even if I got to tell you something, even if I was 19, I think Red Lobster would have been off. Like, I feel like that's a gamble. I wouldn't take that first date.
I don't remember Red Lobster being good and
Chili's wasn't a
Red
gamble?
Lobster at the same time as we celebrate Sizzler, right? Because it was Sizzler and Red Lobster when I was a kid. Like, you had to be the upper, like, you had to have that mad money to even mention Ruth's Chris. Whew. No chance.
What?
They closed down 16 in
Ruth's Chris is
Florida.
where I learned a la carte from. Say, wait, this don't come with potatoes and no, sir.
No, sir. How many restaurants did they close?
87
they
across the
would've only
country,
made
but there's
Burger
16 in Florida that closed down.
Wait.
What did he
James is
say?
done.
Dan Day, what damage is done for you, dude?
AJ Puck.
Oh, you don't even like. Oh my goodness.
So the Marlins take a lead going into the 8th.
That's who ruined it.
5-3. No, that's not what ruined it.
No.
They gave up three runs, got down by 1. They decided to put AJ Puck in for 1 out, and he did record that 1 out. But you're already behind, and AJ Puck, we already know who you are. The damage is done, my friend.
I like how they've gone from AJ Puck. Hey, we're gonna try him out to now he's just doing mop up duty.
He was second in the rotation.
Yep.
Last night he was mopping up 1 batter in the 8th, down by 1 on the road.
You have to be a pretty lights out closer for us to say, hey, let's give that guy a shot on the rotation. This guy was questionable at best as a closer last year. And they're like, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see what he's got. Crazy.
He's got 4 new pitches. He's going to try out on the fly as a starter.
Oh, yeah. I love that. They were saying that about Max Meyer, too. Peter Bennings was like, he's going to work on his new pitches. And I'm like, great. Okay, cool. He seemed like the ones that he had were doing pretty good, Peter. I don't know.
He was our best pitcher. He won his first 2 games, so we sent him back down to the minors. We figured that'd be the best place for him.
That's the most incredible thing. Every time we start either liking somebody or seeing some potential, he either ends up with the jumbo shrimp or traded.
So glad that we can keep him under control until he's 32 years old. It's not like he's
But then
21.
you trade him. Have they ever kept a player longer than they've had control of them? Because whenever it's gotten to the point where they got to start paying them, that's when they trade them.
I'm trying to think like who's the guy that they kept so long they had to pay monster money to. Dontrell, I think they did that for like a year. Then he got an extension when he went to Detroit.
Well, no, then they did it with Stanton.
Yeah, well, the Stan they gave a monster deal to,
and they gave him $1 million for the first 10 years.
They bought out all his years.
They bought $1 million for the first 10 years, then $75 million.
I'd have to think about that.
Think about that's like if you go through every franchise in every sport, there's going to be those one or two guys that you would consider lifers.
Who do you think is how do you think Skip Schumacher's dealing with all of these losses? Well, do you think like he's
glad y'all not bringing me back?
It's like I can't wait to manage the Cardinals next year.
You think he's gonna manage the Cardinals?
I don't know. He played for the Cardinals. I just went there first. I don't know.
That's the one kind of like I sort of work here. I'm
like
what do you do? What do you do with the organization? I mean, I got a position, but I'm about to quit. I'm almost done.
It's like I'm just counting the days.
Weren't you the manager? I mean, but
Kind of.
You got to look. It's more than that,
No, we say who are you a manager for? The Marlins. I understand. That's what you get.
It's not your fault.
Like I think everybody feels so bad for any manager or GM that comes through this organization, right?
Probably.
NL Manager of the Year last year.
Yep.
Oh, that's the sign of death.
I think Kim Hang was probably Administrator of the Year too last year in the NL.
They won awards last year, dude.
You win an award. Whoop.
Now you got protests. Now, lightly attended protests, but protests nonetheless.
Protest is
It just doesn't sound good, right?
It doesn't sound good. Let's see. Looks like this 5-on-5. They got to get Bronny in there, Let's go. Need some heat scouting going on. That's what we got. They're doing a 5-on-5 right now on the combine. It's not very entertaining basketball.
Can I just tell you, not only is it not entertaining, it's look.
Ooh, he just ran into somebody. He literally just ran into somebody.
There's no fouls being called, no shots being made.
Cool.
It's Brick City.
It is Brick City.
It's 16-4 right
One
now.
team has 17 intangibles on the field.
Yeah, let me just tell you, if you're intangibles and you
if you got a white shirt on,
ooh,
he Euros. Oh, I see you with the Euro step.
That was an assist from you know who.
If you're intangibles and you short 2 threes, just walk off the court.
Yeah. Ooh, whoever this guy is on this side is exhausted.
That was like when I played AAU and I'd, get in the game, they just start yelling, shooter, shooter. I didn't even put the ball in play yet. I'm like, how do you know if I'm a shooter or not?
Like, we know. We know why you're there.
You guys talk about it. Like, hey, I don't do that.
We got game 5 coming up tonight. We're going to break it all down with our guy, David Dwork from the Hockey News. Nobody talks Panthers better than this man right here. He joins us next. Let's talk a little hockey with our the hockey news. A friend of the show, a friend of ours, man of
Yes.
class, David Dwork. Go follow him at David Dwork, one of the best out there covering your Florida Panthers. He joins us on the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. You look good, man. I would say, you know what would look better if you show up tonight to the press box in top hat and monocle.
Ooh.
You know, I don't own a top hat or monocle, but hearing you say that makes me feel like I need to have those options in my closet. So next time we do this, I may have to have a different answer for you because that sounds like a great look.
I think it would be. You know, just
I need the cane too, though.
You got to have a cane. You got to be gentlemanly because that's how the Panthers are going to do this thing tonight to the Boston Bruins. What have you made of all of the shenanigans that have accompanied the ass kickings the Panthers have put on the Bruins?
Well, I think it's been fun. Obviously, you know, when you have it looking at it from a Panthers perspective and you're up 3-1 after going through all that, then obviously you're going to be feeling pretty good about it. But no, I mean, it's been a great playoff series. Obviously, the physicality has been, you know, really turned up a notch. And it's shown that the Panthers have been learning from, you know, their trials and tribulations over the last couple of years. They're a mature team. They're not getting dragged into any of this extracurricular activity. They're very focused on winning and the task at hand. And so far, it's been a success.
David, it's one thing to be physical, and it's another thing to try to be physical. The Panthers are a physical hockey team, and the Bruins thought they were physical, and they tried to match it, and they get in trouble. Like at some point, they got to get over it, right? At some point, they have to get over all this and try to win a hockey game, and they're just so caught up in trying to be more physical than the Panthers that it's going to be the end of them.
Yeah, well, that'll happen, I guess, in a playoff series because I think, you know, Boston last year, you know, you guys remember, best team in the league, historically good. They were in this situation. They were up 3-1 heading home after winning 2 on the road. And then Florida, you know, they haven't lost to them in the playoffs since. Well, except game 1, I guess, but that's 6-1, 7-1 run, 3 straight this year. This is a Panthers team, Leroy. We've talked about it before that they've been building toward this all year and last year too. They were built to perform well in the playoffs. Now they show up, you know, they basically flip their switch. They turn on what they've been doing all year. Boston, I'm sure that they felt confident. I'm sure they felt they had a really good team, but this Panthers team is a machine right now. They're coming at you with 4 lines. They're going to hit you hard no matter who's on the ice. They're going to take away your time and space. They're going to defend as a 5-man unit, and they're really hard to play against. And now we're seeing, as the cat makes an appearance again, now we're seeing the fruits of their labors. And, you know, it's cool that it's working out for them to this point. You know, hopefully, you know, for their, considering all the work they put in, that they can finish the job. But it's certainly, to this point at least, it seems to be like every piece of hard work they've put in over the last 2 years is paying off.
What would you say about the level of play right now that Barkov is putting out there on the ice? Because that game winner was sick.
Oh my God, Barkov right now is at another level. Really, since the end of the Tampa series, I think he had 2 goals in it. It was his first multi-goal playoff game. It was his first 3-point playoff game. Now he's done it again since then. He is on another level right now. And I'm trying to remember who I was talking with this about the other day, but I think this is why Barkov kind of always has that underrated moniker attached to him, because when he goes out and he does what we've seen him do for the last few games, and you see what this man is capable of when he turns on his offensive light switch and he just goes and has that nose for the net, he's unstoppable. He's unbelievable with the puck. The way that he can control it, go through players, and then score. Barkov is at another level right now. If he continues to play like this for the next, 2 weeks, month, whatever, that's just going to be a huge benefit to the Panthers, because when Barkov, when he sees red, when he flips that switch and he gets that little Ovechkin gene going in him, he's a dangerous man on the ice.
You feel like anything has flipped for him, maybe because the mentality of the team has changed at all? Because I do feel like he's had critiques in other postseasons that he hasn't been like, I know he's never going to be the goal scorer. Maybe he could be if he was a greedy pig and wanted to go score all the goals that his talent would equate. But have you seen a mind shift, a mindset change in him at all?
I think this season it's just been more of, he came to be more physical. He had more hits this season than ever in his career. I think almost double. He showed up this season ready to adapt and really accept what the Panthers were trying to do as a team. And he's, always been that quiet, lead by example kind of guy. So when he showed up for the playoffs this year, especially I think during the Tampa series, he found it a little bit hard to get his time and space. He won a couple of games without really producing much. And then something, as you just said, something flicked in his head. And now he's been this like Tasmanian devil on the ice. He's hitting everybody. He's leading the team in hits some games. And then he goes out there and he's scoring amazing game-winning goals. He's getting all the assists. He's doing everything basically that you could ask for him, playing great on penalty kill, power play. This is maybe the best he's played in his career, what we're seeing right now. And I do think that Paul Maurice and his staff have a big part of that because they helped him kind of switch his mindset into his game and turn him into this physical, fast guy that he showed up this year playing like. And now we're seeing what's happening on the ice, and it's been amazing watching him during the playoffs.
We never thought we'd say that, right? Barkov is being physical. Right? It's just certain guys, right? Certain guys, like you see them so much during their career, you don't think they have it in them. And for some reason, kudos to that coaching staff, man, because
It's always the quiet ones.
When they took over, we were like, I don't know. And he's like very patient, like down 2-0 after the first period. He goes, I like where we are. I like where we are. He's very calm and I think it's great because if you're going to play that physical, you need to have a team that's also composed. And that's the one thing that he has praised his team about. We're physical, yet we're composed. We don't have stupid penalties. And you watch this and you're like, wow, every other team literally flips out trying to play the brand of hockey that the Panthers are playing.
And you saw it last series against Tampa, right? Florida gave up twice as many power plays as they had. Now they play this Boston series where Boston is out there headhunting. They're looking for revenge. They're looking for retribution. They're, whatever they're doing. And Florida's taken half as many penalty. I think it's like 21-9 or something. The power plays this series are in favor of the Panthers. And that was the exact opposite of what we saw coming into the series. And I think to your point, Leroy, that's because the Panthers have been able to keep their level heads, focus on the task at hand, and not really get skewed from that. And, look what's happening.
As Bob says, focused.
Or, as we say, rent-free.
Rent-free, dude.
Rent-free.
As a man who has played between the pipes yourself, what did you make of the controversial Sam Bennett play? Did you feel like in that moment it was going to get taken off and all the fallout that has happened since? What did you make of the one that equaled up that game?
Yeah, well, I appreciate you specifying which Sam Bennett play you're talking about because there have been a few this series up for scrutiny. But actually, Tobin, I'll kind of give you the play-by-play that I was going through when I watched that. Because when I first saw it, the replay, I'm like, oh, there's no way this counts. He just trucked the guy into the goalie. Then after watching it a few more times, I started to come around. I'm like, you know what? Maybe this will count because the call on the ice is always key, as you guys know. That's always kind of the starting point. But just watching the replay, you can see that while he hit him, he didn't really credit to the Bruins player. I think it was Carlo. I don't remember who it was. Credit to him for trying not to hit his goalie, for coming from a goaltender. As he got pushed, you could see his arms spread out, his kind of feet dug in. He did not want to hit his goalie. And I think that's part of why the goal counted, because there was never really any major contact with Swayman. He never didn't have a chance to play his position. If you watch right before Bennett shoots, Swayman's right pad kicks out, which tells you that he's not going to have strength, even if there's nobody there to push off and shoot at Bennett in that moment. So watching the mechanics of how it played out, I don't think that even if there wasn't a player there, he would have been able to get over to make that save, which is why I think the league let the goal stand, because they knew that even though there was a hit, it didn't impact the play. It didn't stop what was going to happen. As I was watching it play out in real time, I'm like, you know what, this is probably going to count, because I think that as long as it was taking, and when you just watch the contact between the Bruins player and the goaltender, it just wasn't enough there. There's barely anything there, as violent of a play as it looked. So I think that the league got that call right.
Yeah, I found it weird because one of the things that they said was he shouldn't even been skating there.
Well,
right? Why are you skating in your own, why are you skating? Why was he skating there anyway?
That's a product of the Panthers power play and all their motion, because that gets guys in the other team. Like when you're defending a power play, you want to stay positionally sound. You don't want to open up passing lanes. You don't want guys moving around you. Florida, they do such a good job of moving their players and circling and, fluid, I'm totally missing the word here, but moving around the zone the way that they do, it gets the defenders to move out of their positions. That's why Sam Reinhart was able to get so many goals from basically standing in the same spot, because everybody else around him is moving. Reinhart's moving a few feet this way, a few feet that way, and suddenly you open up just enough space to make these holes. And I think that was, another thing of what happened on that goal is that Boston had three guys right on top of their goal crease. Florida made a nice little play. I'm trying to remember who it was that made the pass over to Sam. I believe it was Anton Lindell. or Etuousturainen. Somebody was right in front of the goal, made that little backhand pass over to Bennett. And yeah, I mean, that's just Florida's power play. And it's been the story of the series, guys, is the special teams. Florida's been great shorthanded, and their power play has come through a few times. They had that 4-goal power play game in Game 3 in Boston. So that's really been the story.
It has been tough. I imagine it's going to be tough to feel as desperate as Boston is today, even though there may be an element of us thinking they're a broken team. But how important do you feel like it is that the Panthers do close this out tonight? Because obviously they were on the other end of coming back from 3-1 last year.
Mhm.
We're seeing what's happened in the other semifinal series with Carolina and New York. That's extending. So just how important do you think it is just the Panthers to absolutely close this puppy out tonight in their barn?
Yeah, I think, obviously a team with Boston's pedigree, a team that has the championship guys that Boston has still on their team, you don't want to give them any kind of hope or life in any situation. But honestly, this Panthers team is just so built for this. This is what they've been playing for. This is what they've been mentally preparing for, that even if Boston comes out and plays their best game of the season tonight, it's not like you have to be overly concerned. Like, oh no, we're going back to Boston. All the Panthers have done is won 4 straight in Boston in the playoffs over the last 2 seasons, going back to last year. While obviously you never want to give a team hope and momentum and any of that in the playoffs, this Panthers team is just built a little bit different. And I'm happy to see them go through those kind of tests because they continue to pass them. And it's been really fun to watch them kind of deal with adversity, overcome it, and move on. So while, you want to close Boston out, you don't want to give them anything, I wouldn't be overly concerned that the Panthers would be freaking out if they don't win tonight.
Who is banging the drum? Who you got? We've had
Oh
one.
man, that's such a good question. They've had such a rant. Why are you banging the drum? Why haven't you guys been invited to bang the drum? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question. I would love to bang the drum.
I'd like to see Leroy up there just giving it like a nice little "Let's go Panthers."
Anytime they want us to bang the drum, I will be there to bang the drum. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would love. I love this idea of just continuing to have celebrity drum bangers. Makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, we've had ex-Marlins, we've had Dolphins players. Where's Dwayne Wade? Where's Shaq? Where are the Heat legends?
They had Gogi.
Yeah, you know what? And the Panthers played really well that night too. So yep, there we go.
Because Gogi probably knew all the hockey players. They're from the same region, right?
They're Slovenian hockey players.
Region. I didn't say Slovenia. Region.
Yeah.
I think you just made all of Europe that region. Like, what
No,
are you
I
doing?
didn't.
There? I think you did.
I was told there'd be no geography on this test.
No, dude, let me tell you something. Every day, our mouths back our ass into a corner. Every day. So this is nothing new. Wait, Brooks Koepka.
Has Brooks
Can
Koepka
he bang him with one hand and then go?
I think he was there.
I
think he was there in the final or in the Eastern Conference final. I think Brooks did. But remember, like last year, didn't they have Marino at one point banging the
they
drum?
must have Marino. I
For
understand.
the finals, though. You got to bring out Hall of Famers come out.
You know who needs to do it? And the
Stanley-
Panthers wouldn't lose another game? Pat Riley. Get Pat up there. Bang. All he would have to do is touch the drum one time, and the Panthers will never lose again.
Wait, if Pat Riley did it, all of Sunrise would go ballistic.
I feel like Pat Riley's probably he's probably in Malibu already. I don't know if Pat Riley's showing up either. I don't know. What about Spo?
He'll do it on Zoom.
Spo do it.
Did Spo do it? Spo hasn't done it.
No, Spo hasn't done it. I feel like Spo's
UD?
he's got
Is
his own
UD
stuff
done it?
going on
I
now
think
that the
he's
season's
done it.
over.
UD's done it.
I think Spo's probably off. He's probably still watching like some Nets game from this year, like a maniac.
Come on.
What about any Panthers legend they could bring out like that would get the crowd going a little nuts?
Well, the problem is a lot of them are like employed by other teams, so there'd be like a conflict of you think of like Scott Mellenby or Tom Fitzgerald or like those guys they all have jobs, so it'd be tough. Maybe bring back Doug McClain, the coach from '96. I think he's available. That'd be a cool thing.
Wait, you say he's available?
Well, no, like he hasn't been coaching for a while. And I don't think he works. Like I think that is behind him in terms of his career. So I didn't mean that to come off as an insult.
Right.
I'm just thinking in terms of guys who like aren't still like actively
working
for
for somebody else or right.
Yeah, for sure.
How about one of the Bure brothers?
You want to find? I think Valerie Bure you could probably find because he's like a family man. He's married to the girl from Full House.
Burgess.
Yes,
Burgess.
Candace Cameron. Yeah.
You know, I've actually met her years ago because she was friends with Eric Metcalf we played in Seattle, and she came to one of our games, which was like crazy.
I
All
met
right,
her
buddy.
once at a restaurant. I was chasing autographs with my wife like 20 years ago, and she was there with Val Burray when he played for the Panthers. That's my story.
Buddy, enjoy the game tonight. You'll be boots on the ice. Go follow at David Dwork. His great work at the Hockey News. Always appreciate him. Watch him and Roy with the hockey show as well. They do a great job there. Appreciate the time, buddy. Take care.
Thanks,
Be
Ian.
well, fellas. See you next time.